There we go. My mic's been muted this whole frickin' time. I don't even know why my mic was muted in my own OBS. But, a little bit rough. Of course, we've got Battle of the NFC East taking on the AFC East today. Two powerhouses, both on their respective conference side. Someone's got to give, and we got to talk about, guys, the pure disrespect that we just saw on this broadcast. They call this, Fox NFL News Broadcasting called this Game of the Week. And that's absolute garbage because everyone knows Game of the Week is, of course, tomorrow. But real quick, guys, before we start getting into the coverage a little bit, let's talk about the inactive list for both these teams today. Both teams missing some key guys. Miami going to be without Javon Holland. That's their starting safety today, as well as Cam Smith, their first-round pick out of the University of South Carolina. Also going to be missing on the offense, Robert Hunt. That's going to be their starting right guard, as well as Tyler Kraft. That's going to be a backup tight end for them as well. Also missing a little bit of depth, and Jalen Brook, their backup slot wide receiver. On the opposite side of the ball, the Dallas Cowboys going to be without running back Deuce Vaughn today, of course, their second-string guy, also their second-string returner. And as we're getting ready for the kickoff here, we've got Turpin, who got the Pro Bowl nod from me in Dallas, getting the kickoff started here for the Cowboys. So Dolphins will start the ball in the second half. But thanks for joining us here on Darwin's Ravens, guys. And here we are. And this ball is just going to go through the back of the end zone. And for those that are welcome and joining us today, we got some nice Crown and Ginger is what we're drinking on today, ladies and gentlemen. But again, on the Dallas side, before they get started here, not only Deuce Vaughn, they're without their starting tackle, Tyrone Smith. Might be a huge blow for the Cowboys today. But with that, let's get it started here. 1st and 10, play action. Prescott looking right. He's got a man. And that's going to be Lamb with the first catch of the day, getting started early with that connection to CeeDee Lamb. Of course, CeeDee Lamb 4th in the NFL in yards, 1,306. Of course, trailing the cheetah himself on the opposite side of the ball today, Tyreek with 1,542 leading the NFL. 2nd and 2 here for the Dallas Cowboys. Strong formation right. Going to run it left, though. That's Pollard. Makes a cut inside, and good second effort. Going to be a gain of 4, and it looks like we might have a Cowboys lineman on the ground. I'll be honest, he's holding his crotch, guys. No PG way to say that. Looks like he might have got nut checked by Miami's Dolphin defensive lineman there. We'll have to go back and see if we can find that replay later on. 14 minutes here in the first quarter. Lamb, the man in motion for the Cowboys. Play action left, rolling right. Going to be a short pass to Lamb, and Prescott actually overthrows him a little bit. Gives him a little fist bump, says, my bad. I'll get you next time. And might have been the better decision. Lamb might have taken a huge shot, cornerback crashing down as Prescott rolled out right, and the short pass would have been basically at or just short of the line of scrimmage. But big 3rd down here coming for the Cowboys on their first drive today. And again, welcome everyone who's joining us. Trip right formation here for the Cowboys. Pollard the lone back. Or I'm sorry, that's not Pollard. That's CeeDee Lamb in the backfield, and they're going to hand it off to him, and he's got a 1st down run. For those that aren't able to watch the game today, CeeDee Lamb lining up as the 3rd down halfback, and just little inside zone run. Great job by the interior offensive line of the Cowboys, making a huge hole. And, they're going to mark him a yard short, so actually going to bring up 3rd and 1. Oh, you have, Brian Culp says, I have the Cowboys tight end. I'm guessing that's Ferguson. Fullback run up the middle, and it looks like he's got it. And that's going to push the Cowboys just past the 50-yard line. So Cowboys with a fresh set of downs on the fresh side of the field. Of course, Miami, the home team today, we talked about this a little bit. Miami usually earlier in the season has a home field advantage. The home bench being so deeply in the sun, the temperature difference between the home side of the Miami Dolphins Stadium and the away side, sometimes 20 degrees, but 74 degrees, might rain here later in the game, light winds. So not looking like it's going to be a hot one down here in Miami. And it looks like we got a false start and oh, we got some jawing going between number 63 of the Cowboys and number 98 of the Dolphins. And there's a flag on the play. This might back the Cowboys up. Oh, they're just going to keep it as a false start, but still backing up the Cowboys. Yeah, I like Jake Ferguson, honestly. He's a pretty good tight end, very sure-handed, seems like dependable, you know. I don't know if he's got the all-star potential, but I'd be happy. Key thing to keep an eye on, I think since week 10, Brandon Cooks, when targeted, a perfect passer rating. Been really key addition here for the Cowboys. Opposite, basically working in the slot with Gallup and CeeDee Lamb on the outside. Lamb's got a slant over the middle, and he's going to be short maybe about a yard or two. Goes from a 1st and 15 to a 2nd and what looks like 2 maybe. Chimera, welcome in, my boy. Congratulations, by the way, on that win. That was a close one over the Chargers, my guy. Like, by the way, let's get the official betting open here in the channel. And we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Stretch play going right to Pollard and originally stopped at the line, but able to get at least a yard. So going to bring up 3rd and inches for the Cowboys here. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Dolphins. And for those that are new to the channel, guys, for every 5 minutes that you engage here in the chat, you actually have to engage in the chat as well as watch. You can get loyalty points. If you give me a shout out, I'll give you some. We've opened official betting here using the loyalty points, of course, here on the channel. So you can bet who's going to win this game, Dolphins or Cowboys. 3rd and 1. Lupek, the lone back in the backfield. I think that's their fullback, really. And he's got another short down conversion for the Cowboys. 11-15 and ticking here in the first. As the Cowboys offense just staying in rhythm. But for those that are new to the channel, you can do !bet space Dolphins or Cowboys, whoever you're voting for, and then one more space, and then your loyalty number 1 through 10,000, whatever you have and want to bet, and make your bets before halftime, guys. Who do you think is going to win? And Prescott under pressure dumps it off left, and going to be an incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Cowboys. Oh, Chimera bet 10,000 on the Cowboys. Chimera coming in with the first official bet of the stream today. Agreed, the Jets kicker is the hero today. Dowdle in the backfield for the Cowboys. Prescott got a man. That's Lupek. And that's the fullback with a good gain. What looks like 9 on the play. Going to bring up another 3rd and short. 10:30 here in the first. You know what? I'm going to make a bet against you, Chimera. I'm betting 10,000 on the Dolphins. Put it in Streamlabs to make it official. 3rd and 2. 4-man rush here. Prescott rolling left. Getting pressured. Oh, and he's going to be taken down. I don't know if that's going to count as a sack. He kind of fell forward past the line of scrimmage. If it's not a sack, it's at the line of scrimmage. You're going to bring up a 4th and 1 for the Cowboys. And timeout for the Cowboys on a 4th and 1. And they're heading to commercial, guys. We're trying out some new commands here in the chat for those that aren't here in the chat with us. Of course, we've got our Streamlabs bot. You can see on the right side of my screen, you can see exclamation point points. This will display your currently loyalty points in your channel. Loyalty points are gained by follows, super chats, just engaging in chat in general and hanging out with us here on the channel. You can even ask the Magic 8 Ball a question. So give it a check. My one bot didn't work, so I'll have to check up on that. Oh, I did it wrong. Prescott rolling right. He's got Ferguson on the 4th and 1. Play action and a huge gain of 15 yards. And with 9:10 on the clock and ticking, Dallas, I believe, should be just either inside or short of the red zone. I'm going to change that. Brandon Cooks with a short motion screen. Oh, and he's just short by a yard. All right. We made a change to that. Let's see. Pollard on the flip. And, oh, they're going to say he's short. It looked like he got in, but we'll have to see. And Chimera's dueling me in chat. And Chimera coming away with the first win of the day in the duels here in the chat. Congrats, my boy Chimera, on the 10,000 loyalty points. Well earned. And, wow, the ball doesn't actually cross the goal line, so going to be a first down, of course, for the Cowboys, but first and goal. No touchdown on that run. Tyreek watching from the sideline. Cowboys have now taken half of the first quarter away. Fullback run again, and ball's out! Looks like Dolphins have it, and they do! And the Dolphins with a fumble forced on the 1 yard line. What a play. Let's watch the replay. The fullback gets the handoff for Dallas and fumbles the handoff. And three Dolphins jump on it as Dak dives for it. What a play by the Dolphins. Unfortunate for the Cowboys. That's a heartbreaker. You know Cowboy fans somewhere are punching the wall right now. Why does this always happen? By the way, congrats on Chimera starting, my moderator, really stacking up the points in chat. 240,000 loyalty points. By the way, Chimera, and for my viewers, one of the things that I'm working on, guys, I'm working on getting some some merch, some extra stuff I can do, giveaways and have fun with, you know what I'm saying? And with that, Chimera, one of the things I'm thinking about doing is when I get to that point, I'm thinking about resetting the loyalty points here in the channel, which is something I can easily do, and making it so that you can redeem loyalty points actually for stuff out of my merch shop, and fun little giveaways, maybe extra tickets into raffles and giveaways, stuff like that. It's something I'm trying to maybe incorporate my loyalty points a little more into my stream in general, while also engaging better with my audience. So look forward to it, my guy. But of course, like I said, to be fair, I'd absolutely probably have to reset my loyalty points, which I know Azo might get a little mad at me for. But Again, thanks for everyone for joining us here on Darwin's Raven. Of course, we're covering the NFC East versus the AFC East, the Battle of the East, you could say, outer conference. Miami Dolphins taking on or hosting the Dallas Cowboys today down in Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens, Florida. Of course, I'm your host, D-Rave, Levi, Darwin's Raven, whatever you want to call me. And as our promise to our 500 subscriber goal, we started calling it at least 2 games a week. Of course, you can always catch us for the Baltimore Ravens, but we're picking other games throughout the NFL season. And, of course, look back to a lot of our future draft coverage. Yeah, I appreciate it. And so 1st and 10 now, Miami with the ball. They're going to say officially at the 2-yard line. Tight end motion for the Dolphins. That's going to be a handoff to Mozart, and pretty good run. Looks like maybe a gain of 6 on the play. And, I mean, Raheem Mozart, for those that don't know, was originally part of the Baltimore Ravens roster, part of the practice squad, went to San Fran, then, of course, got traded over to Miami last year. 20 touchdowns in this season, playing absolutely outstanding. And for those that don't really know the Dolphins, before they had Mozart really up and running, Devon Achane, the rookie, was absolutely tearing it up for them and leading the NFL in rushing yards, part of our pre-draft special. 2nd and 4, 6:40 on the clock here for the Cowboys. Ingold, the man in motion. Tua going deep left. He's got Tyreek, and Tyreek had his man burnt. Had his hands on the ball and just unable to track it all the way in. And that's matched up. He took Deron Bland and Bland took a bad angle on the ball, honestly, and Tyreek just ran by him. Tyreek was looking for the inside throw. Tua put it on the outside. Took a huge hit as he let that ball out. 3rd and 4 now, officially, for the Dolphins. And we're sipping on some Crown and ginger. Your ginger's drinking ginger today. We got ginger side going on in the channel. And play clock looked like it expired. Are we going to get a delay of game? We are. Delay of game. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat. 3rd down. And a lot of love, guys. If I got any Miami Dolphin listeners coming in today, I actually really love me some Mike McDonald. I'm a huge fan of the Dolphins and what they've done. And as part of my job search, I live pretty close to Miami. I'm about 2 hours away from this game right now. I've applied for some positions with the Miami Dolphins throughout my time here in Florida, I'll be honest. 3rd and 8 after the penalty now. Dallas looks like they're just bringing 4. Oh, got a 5th man creeping. He backs out, though. Tua going deep right. Got another man. That's Waddle. And he just burnt his man. Oh, my God. Let's watch this. He's in 15 yards back. Turns early. That's Stephon Gilmore in coverage. And Jalen Waddle just runs by him. Gilmore makes the turn probably a good 1.5 yards before Waddle's up on him, so he's not even on him. Not even and leaving, you feel me? And wow, that's terrifying. Congrats, Chimera, winning the 1D100 roll on that, by the way. Adding to that point total. Toss play going left. That's Mozart. Not much to gain there. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. And my God, Miami putting that speed on in this first offensive drive. Tyreek burnt Bland. And then very next play, basically, Waddle burns Gilmore on the opposite side. That is a terrifying thing to watch. For those that don't know, of course, Baltimore are going to be taking on these Miami Dolphins after San Francisco. 2nd and 8. Ball at the 46 of the Cowboys. Another toss play going left, and a little bit better blocking on that play. Going to be short, maybe 3 or 4 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd and what I expect to be 3, maybe 3.5. And again, a lot of respect to Mike McDaniels. I love watching all like the little clips of Mike McDaniels. I've got tons of his clips saved on my Facebook, to be honest with you. Tua, 1 of 2 for 49 yards. That's a fun way to start the game. We're going to open up a poll. We did this poll last time, guys. We're going to start it again today. Would you rather have this more as just a watch party or a live play-by-play? I know Chimera is going to vote for the watch party. But I believe this game is only on like actual like YouTube live. Even on NFL live, I think it's only audio. So, oh, and I got to fix that game cast. Play action. Tua looking over the middle and misses his guy who's obviously looking around for a flag, and he's not going to get one. Big thing to keep an eye on, guys, for the Cowboys on this defense, by the way. They're missing Jonathan Hankins, one of their big run stuffers, if I'm not mistaken, on that starting defensive tackle for them. And, of course, Cowboy fans know from last year, Cowboys were dying to stop the run. One of the main reasons they drafted Mozzie Smith out of Michigan in the first round, if I'm not mistaken, pick 25 this year. Raheem Mostert gets tripped up right, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss. Loss of 2 on the play, going to bring up 3rd and 12 with 3:30 here in the first. Yeah, Chimera, I know one of the things I know, like I said, I noticed this game is not being broadcast, I guess, on a lot like, Peacock, Paramount, only on like live TV, I guess. So that's one of the reasons I was like, you know what, I might have a pretty good audience today. I wish I had more of a chat to engage with. I definitely would move more to, I feel like, a watch party if I had more of a chat engagement currently. And field goal unit going to come out for Dolphins? By the way, we got a fun kick about the if you haven't done your Pro Bowl voting, by the way, guys, while they're getting the kicker out here for the Dolphins, if you haven't done your Pro Bowl voting yet, go do your Pro Bowl voting. It closes tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Players get to vote after that. Honestly, the kicker of the Cowboys deserves the Pro Bowl nod, to give all respect. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be a 57-yard attempt here for the Miami Dolphins. And play clock expires, so maybe that they weren't actually trying to kick. They were just trying to get 5 yards. And we got a timeout on the field, but it's not showing me who it is. Okay, Gamecast going to tell me it's officially Miami's timeout. So Miami going to burn a timeout and potentially attempt a 57-yard field goal. Oh, I know, man. I know. I have done so. I was talking to Joe Stevens of Seahawks Talk earlier. For those that don't know, I've been like collabing nonstop all week with a bunch of 49er content creators. A lot of good guys. Definitely go back, check out the live section. You'll find a lot of their links and descriptions. Just if you can, got the time, guys, please like and subscribe their channels. A lot of really good content creators. Doing a lot of really good stuff, and they're planning a lot of stuff here in the future. We're in constant talks with them about it. But 57-yard attempt here for the Dolphins. Ball is up. Hooking left, but it's good. And just like that, the Dolphins with a 57-yarder. Take an early 3-0 lead after the costly fumble by the Cowboys. If you're just joining us, the Cowboys opened up this game with an unbelievable drive and just had an absolute heartbreaking fumble on the 1-yard line. And it looks like the rain's starting to come down in Miami. Oh yeah, Chimera, I agree. As soon as this game ends, I got a ham I gotta start cooking, honestly. We're doing, of course, the big dinner tonight. And again, uh, Merry Christmas Eve, Happy Christmas Eve, however you would like to say it. You know, my girlfriend is gonna let me stream the game tomorrow night, of course. Ravens. And again, can we talk about the absolute blasphemy by Fox News to call this game of the week? Blasphemy. Game of the week is tomorrow night, and of course you can catch us live for that game. But so we're gonna be cooking the ham and everything tonight, having leftovers for lunch tomorrow when we do Christmas together, and then of course I'll be live tomorrow night for the game. Man, Twitter's probably the best way to get a hold of me. You can find me in Darwin's Raven 20 on Twitter, and I have a Facebook page as well, Darwin's Raven. Should be the same exact photo from YouTube and Twitter as well. I originally started that more of an e-gaming page, but I do try to keep an eye on it as much as I can. I've got a weird following on there, so I try to always post my links. But one of the stories, guys, so PFF ranking the Miami's offense and defense second. Actually, this is a weird matchup. So both teams on PFF having same matchup, correlating rank on offense and defense, which I think is something kind of rare to see other than 1-1. So Miami coming into this game, PFF ranked number 2 offense, number 2 defense. Cowboys 5th offense, 5th defense. One of the stories, though, is the coverage of these teams in the pass rush. The defense is absolutely turning it up here late in the playoffs, despite some injuries. Miami coming in with the 4th ranked pass rush. Of course, Dallas with Micah Parsons leading way, 2nd ranked pass rush. They've had and with Miami having these Christmas time games, we got to talk about, they got a man, Van Krinkle, on the outside. Been playing some snaps, from my understanding, sparingly for them. And, yeah, 49er, if you're trying to post links and stuff like that, my chat bot will kick those messages out probably. My chat bot, does stuff like that. And another touchback, Turpin, who might be a Pro Bowl returner for the Dallas Cowboys and for the NFL Pro Bowl this year. Not getting many shots here in this game to return some kicks. By the way, guys, if you are thinking about heading to the Pro Bowl, so am I. Help your boy go to the Pro Bowl. Every super chat and donation helps. We're trying to buy some tickets to the Pro Bowl. Of course, going to be held in Orlando this year, about 3 hours away from me. Come meet me in Orlando for the Pro Bowl. 1st and 10 here. Prescott with a play action, looking over the middle. He's got a man, and that's Lamb. WR number 1 for real. If you got a Facebook, you could probably find me on there, 49ers Ultimate. And just like that, the Cowboys are at the 47, almost at midfield. 2:15. Looking to probably pick up the pace a little bit. Pollard, strong run up the middle, going to be gaining maybe 5 or 6 on the play, but across the the midfield. And oh my gosh, Gamecast is ruining this game for me because Gamecast is ahead of me right now. I gotta find a faster coverage of this game because that is absolutely ridiculous that Gamecast on ESPN is faster than, some of these other that I'm watching. But let's watch the play live. Prescott, that hits Lamb over the middle. A deep slant post. Lamb makes a man miss. And he in the end zone, carrying a Miami defender. And Lamb carrying the Cowboys today on Christmas Eve. Trying to give the Cowboys an early Christmas present. What a play by C.D. Lamb. And barring the PAT, which it is good, that's going to be 7-3 Dallas with some quick strikes. on their second drive today. What a game. When I try to watch live on NFL, it tells me that of course, YouTube Live, Hulu with live coverage, Dish, Xfinity. I don't have any of those providers. Oh, I'm trying to find a way, guys, to watch the game at a quicker pace so that I can give you better coverage. But how is everyone's Christmas Eve going? I hope everyone's got all of their Christmas shopping done already. I feel like that's even further behind. That's even further behind. And by the way, guys, if you're new to the chat, like I said, the Streamlabs just told you, we've got betting open. So you can bet on who you think's going to win this game in chat. Do exclamation point points, no spaces. That'll tell you how many loyalty points you have. If you do it and I see you don't have points, I'll manually add you some points so you can make a good bet. Welcome in Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Welcome in, my guy. How you doing? I actually made sure to add some special points to you before the stream started. So welcome in, my guy. Welcome in, David McNiner. For those that don't know, we collabed with David McNiner not only this morning, but as well as Friday night. David McNiner, one of our 49er content creators. Great guy. Make sure you definitely go check out his channel. But again, guys, for those that are joining us in talking about these loyalty points again, look forward to the loyalty points. The loyalty points will actually be potentially used in giveaways and maybe redeeming for potential merchandise and, little stuff I'm doing here in the future. You can gain loyalty points by just engaging in chat. My stream bot hands the points out every 5 minutes. You get bonus points for follows, engaging in chat, becoming a member here on the channel. You can become our first ever official member. I think it's only $2.99 a month, as well as, of course, super chats and other things like that. So welcome in, guys. And, of course, like I said, you can make your official bet. My Streamlabs bot told you right there how to do it. Exclamation point bet, Dolphins or Cowboys, and then another space with your points, and my stream bot will register your bet. And at the end of the stream, I will close the betting poll, of course, and hand out points. You can also play fun little mini games. You can roll the 1d100 dice via the gamble command. You can duel other users. You can play the slots here on the channel as well, or even ask our Magic 8-Ball a question. And before the Dolphins get started here, we're going to start a fun little mini game actually in chat, the heist. And I didn't put my point total, so let me redo that real quick. My apologies. I'm going to do the heist for 100 points. Oh, it did start it. There we go. Enter your heist amount just like I did in chat, guys. And you can join the heist. The heist officially starts in 2 minutes. It's a fun little way to play for some points. Check it out. Chimera has officially joined the heist. And I'm sorry, guys. I know my Gamecast is ahead of my actual viewing, but I feel like there's nothing I can do about it. And I severely apologize for that. Jalen Waddle, the first player in team history with 3 straight seasons with 1,000 receiving yards, officially with that big catch, broke 1,000 yards for the season. Congratulations to Jalen Waddle, making some Dolphins history, by the way. Wonder if it's not letting you gamble, Chimera, because you're on the heist currently. Might be. Tua, 2 for 6 for 54 yards. Having to roll out left, getting pressured by Micah, and he's got another man. And that's Cedric Wilson Jr., number 11 for the Dolphins, with a huge gain. That's going to be officially an 18-yard gain on the play. Another first down for the Dolphins. And again, welcome into all our new viewers here, guys. We appreciate you joining us here. And again, you can vote too. Would you rather this be a watch party? Would you rather this be a play-by-play? Let me know. And I'll get to the heist here in just a moment. 1st and 10. To a play action, looking deep. Got a man on the right side. And that's Robbie Chosen. And he has got a concussion. He is not getting up right away. He was like rocking. He definitely takes a hit here out as he catches this ball. Deep crosser, great catch. Kind of gets a little bit of a forearm to the head there, driving his head into the ground. And his head smacks off the ground. Definitely needs to get put into concussion protocol. Might have got lucky. He didn't go and looked like he was on the borderline of a seizure, to be honest, guys. So, all right, back to that heist while we're on that commercial break. Ho, ho! The entire crew escaped Blackheart Island alive. They celebrate with a chest full of gold and a belly full of rum. Chimera wins 10,000 loyalty points. Congratulations, my boy Chimera. Lost on the gamble, though, as it finally caught up with it. David McNiner says, could be a neck issue, how he bounced around and back and whatnot. I absolutely agree. For those that weren't watching, Chosen's head, as he got tackled, really slammed into the field, came back up and kind of went back down. And just the way he was kind of arching forward a little bit on the ground, kind of rocking, definitely something in that neck. Could be a concussion as well. We're going to hope he's okay. Something we've talked a lot about here in the future matchup tomorrow, Monday Night Football. The biggest thing is I just want everyone to get out healthy. We don't want to see these big injuries right before Christmas. So we'll get an injury update on him as soon as we hear something, guys. Of course, the Miami Dolphins already down one backup wide receiver today. Talking about Jalen Brook, who on ESPN depth chart listed as the second string slot cornerback here for the Miami Dolphins. So the availability of the Miami Dolphins receivers might be a little limited here potentially at the end of the game. Of course, we all know Tyreek Hill missed last week, already nursing a little bit of an injury himself. I believe a limited participant the past 2 weeks. And he's walking under his own power, so that's always a great sign to see. Headed into the blue tent, so we're expecting him to go, of course, into the NFL concussion protocol. If they don't, hashtag NFL, you can just hire me to watch the games for concussions. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. Ball here at the 38-yard line. Mozart with a handoff going right. And just a couple-yard gain. And that's going to bring us now actually to the end of the first quarter. Sorry, guys. They're going to probably put us on another commercial break. I know we were just on one and talking a little bit about everything across the NFL. While I got some of y'all here in the chat, let's talk. There's been a lot of talk, of course, of Jim Harbaugh, brother of John Harbaugh, the current coach of the Michigan Wolverines, and a little bit of talk of will he come back to the NFL? I know he's been a hot name in the Chargers conversation for coaching, especially after the firing of Brandon Staley. NFL actually published an article earlier today. If you haven't had a chance to go check it out, supposedly with the recent news, of course, last year interviewed, if I'm not mistaken, with the Vikings and another team. Michigan really trying to make an attempt to keep Jim Harbaugh there in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The supposed offer that's on the table right now for Jim Harbaugh, 10 years, $125 million coaching contract, would make him one of the highest coaches in college football. But there is a weird clause, a really weird clause supposedly in the contract. It would include a contract clause that in 2024, he could not express any interest in any NFL coaching jobs and would just basically have to really double down as a Michigan guy. Something to keep an eye on. Supposedly they've offered him some smaller year or less year deals around approximately $11 million a year instead of that basically $12 million a year. Sorry, I'm trying to find. And for those that aren't aware, I'm trying to find this exactly. Of course, now it's not pulling up the actual text on it. I'm sorry, let me pull up. We had some breaking news out of Florida. I believe Travis Etienne is his brother. There it is. Trevor Etienne, the former running back of Florida, will be transferring to the Georgia Bulldogs. So a little bit of college football news. He announced that on his social media, if I'm not mistaken, earlier today, approximately about 4 hours ago. So big news for the Georgia Bulldogs. And we got Santa adjusting a chair behind the broadcasters. Greg Olson in the booth tonight. Looks like calling this game. And again, look at this. Look at the disrespect. They've got America's Game of the Week behind Greg Olson in that broadcast booth. The absolute disrespect right now to call this Game of the Week. To a quick little screen left. That's a Kane, who is the leading the NFL in rushing yards before his injury at the beginning of the season. That he's going to come up just a yard short here. We love some Devon Kane on this channel. Featured on, of course, our NFL pre-draft special last offseason. And 3rd and 1 as Kane checks out here for the Dolphins. It's always crazy to watch the views go up and down as people come in thinking hopefully that they're going to be able to actually see the game. Sorry to disappoint. We're not getting DCMA strikes. And Mozart with a big run off the left side, heads up the middle. And Raheem Mozart trying to show that he's not that far behind the 49ers guy McCaffrey, but we'll see about that. And good run, counter move, going right, cuts back left, goes up the middle basically, and able to get off Wilson, shed another guy, and goes shoulder first into 2 Cowboys. Mozart, 204 rushes, 993 yards, 7 yards from eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark on the season. Let's see if he can get it here. 13:40 here in the second quarter. Going to be Ingold, the fullback, trying to hurdle a man and brought down after a short gain. Going to be down at the 10-yard line as the Dolphins are in the red zone. And that's a fullback trying to hurdle a defensive back. Wilson, or I'm sorry, that might be a linebacker. I believe that's a defensive back, though. Number 6 for the Cowboys. And still no update, by the way, on chosen of the Dolphins. 2nd and 5. Ball officially at 9.5. Hill, the man in motion. Going to be a little flip that stays inside. Mozart with a strong run and with Gilmore around his feet, going to get a first down. Strong running by Mozart. Little bit of something going on at the end of that play. No flags, though. And again, I hope everyone's having a great Christmas Eve so far. And thanks again for joining us here on Darwin's Rave. And we're having some crown and ginger, as we call this Cowboys-Dolphins game. Tua flipping the play here. Strong formation right for the Cowboys. Waddle, the lone man, left. Going to be a handoff going left. Mozart, and nothing on the play. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 12-10 here as the Dolphins look to retake the lead here in the second quarter. And look at that. 20 touchdowns at 31 years old in the NFL. Tied, of course, with Christian McCaffrey. But, you know, it's just that much impressive at 31 years old. And the bouncing around that he's done across NFL teams. Ingold, man in motion. Strong formation here for the Dolphins. Expecting a run. It is. Toss play going left. Mozart, and he just kind of got tackled by his own offensive lineman. And he looks like he's coming up limping on the play now. And that's his left leg. He's motioning to the sideline to come off. And that's bad news for the Dolphins as Mozart appears to be injured on the play. And kind of, gets taken out by his own offensive lineman, number 72, Armstead. And I'm sorry, guys. We got to make a clip of that. Armstead tackles Mozart. Same team. On a 2nd and goal. In the 2nd. That is literally going to be on SportsCenter, guys. If you're not watching this game live, I'm sorry. That's going to be almost akin to a Mark Sanchez butt fumble. Not quite as bad because it didn't result in a turnover. But still, that was hard to watch. An offensive lineman trying to get outside for his running back and just literally run into his running back and tackle him. Kind of, like I said, hilarious. I'll be right back, guys. I got to go blow my nose. My apologies. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, my apologies, guys. Maybe I do need to talk a little less here, have more of a watch party. For all of our new viewers, by the way, you can actually even vote. Would you rather me do live play-by-play for this game like I do for the Ravens, or would you prefer to have a watch party and just more of light, colorful, and lighthearted commentary, more jokes? You can actually vote in my chat using the exclamation point, vote, play, or watch. And Raheem Mozart, oh no, that left leg gets hit low by a Cowboys player as and two almost gets strip sacked. And just going to launch that ball out of bounds. And with 4th and goal, let's see, is field goal team coming out? And oh no, we've got Waddle down now for the Dolphins. What is going on here? Holding his eye, it looks like. And it looks like he might have taken illegal hands to the face on that play and get poked in the eye. DeMarcus Lawrence trying to get some hands on him. Might have caught him in the eye there on the play. And Waddle holding his right eye after the play. And an obvious pain trying to tell the ref you missed one. And he's still getting some medical attention on the sideline. Or on the field, I'm sorry. And medical examiner having to move his eye around, probably trying to make sure he's doesn't have a detached retina. And my God, the rain is coming down now in Miami. And Waddle, of course, going to walk off the field, and Cotton and Armstead giving him a little, I got you, man. And my God, again, this rain is. And that's a heartbreaker for the Dolphins, as Chosen already went off the field with a neck concussion. Waddle went down on that same exact play that Mozart took an ankle injury, which looks like it might be kind of serious. Jalen Waddle takes a poke to the eye. And with that, 4th and goal, ball at the 5, the Dolphins look like they're about to go for this. Chase Claypool now in the game. That's going to be a fade to Hill, and what a great catch, but he's going to be out of bounds, and Cowboys now making a huge stand at the goal line. And man, you got to I don't get me wrong, I love Tyreek, but in the red zone, I don't know if that's the correct play call. You know, I would honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Chase Claypool, but I would have given Chase the chance there. Just based on his size, I would have rather had Chase, ISO'd on the outside, one-on-one against a corner, and I'd give Chase that ball on a pylon all day. Looks like Kai. Oh, yeah. If you haven't known, guys, of course, we're on a commercial break. We've got loyalty points here in the channel, and you get loyalty points for engaging in chat and hanging out with us. Every 5 minutes, my chat bot hangs out. You can actually use your loyalty points to bet on who you think is going to win this game. Chimera, of course, betting on the Cowboys. I'm betting on the Dolphins, even though it's counterintuitive to what the Ravens probably should want. But, we got to keep things fun and competitive here, right? And it's almost time, guys, for another Crown and Ginger. I'm officially out. And with that, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to make another Crown and Ginger, so we will be right back. All right. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't know about Crown and Ginger, I'm going to change your life. Cheers. Happy Christmas Eve to everyone who's watching with us today. Dowdle getting the handoff going right and nothing as the Dolphins D is all over it. And oh my God, do we have another Dolphins player down? And Waddle, is he heading to the locker room? And Waddle now headed to the locker room for the Dolphins. That, again, guys, crusher. Oh, welcome in, though. 2nd and 10, 10-24. Prescott having to leave the pocket, rolling out left. He's got a little bit of space and gonna slide. Gonna be what looks like maybe short by 3 yards, but we've got a flag on the play, so let's see what that's all about. And again, guys, if you engage in chat, you get some extra loyalty points. That's just how my chat bot hands stuff out. We've got some fun little things here on the right side of the screen for you. Fun little commands. You can play games with the chat bot. And look forward to it, guys. The loyalty points is going to be something that I'm going to be using going forward in the future, potentially to like for giveaways. Potentially you might be able to redeem loyalty points for merchandise even. We're going to play around with a bunch of different stuff like that with those loyalty points. So have fun, guys. It's here for the chat engagement. Prescott going to QB keep on a 2nd and 13 after the penalty against the Cowboys. And, ooh. And they're talking right there, talking about Christian Wilkins and Zach Zeeler of the Miami Dolphins. Zach Zeeler coming in this game, 7.5 sacks. And David Long, actually, 92.5 run D grade, one of the best run D grades coming into this game for the Dolphins. That interior is of the Miami Dolphins D-line is stout. 3rd and 11. Lamb in an orbit motion here for the Cowboys. Prescott trying to find a man over the middle, and that's going to be close to an intentional grounding, but we've got a flag on the play. Might be roughing the passer, and that absolutely is. He kind of drives through. Christian Wilkins tries to show off, but that's kind of obvious. You know, he's kind of running into him. I'll give Christian Wilkins that. But you see him like explode, I feel like, through that tackle and push up and through Dak. I know Dolphin fans might not be happy with that call. It's a little wishy, but see, right here, it's good. It's good. Right there is where I'm like, I see Wilkins' hands up the entire way. But the NFL analyst in the booth says he doesn't agree with the call, so that's going to be a bad call against the refs, according to the analyst. So I think that, I guess, I'm going to go with the analysts on that. They know the rule book better than I do. But like they said, that's a tough call. And Dak getting pressured and sacked. And that's going to be Andrew Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel. And that's the guy, actually, one of the guys on my outside linebackers, when I had to look at, like, that was okay, technically Dak was outside the pocket, so that's not any illegal contact. I know Miami Dolphin fans are probably going to be screaming after the game that was an illegal contact or pass interference, but it looked like as he was leaving the pocket, the contact happened, making it legal. And Cowboys empty backfield here on 2nd and 12. Turpin, the far man right. Dak going over the middle and gets a pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd and 12. Long 3rd down. And Dolphins D linemen are going at the Cowboys again. This is like the 4th time, guys. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. It's like the 4th time we've seen them kind of start chirping at each other. This game might get out of hand quickly late. And with that, guys, 8:25 here in the second, almost halfway through the second quarter. 3rd and 12. Ball at the 18-yard line of the Cowboys. Dowdle moving out of the backfield now. Empty set for the Cowboys. Let's see where Dak goes. Lamb on the left side of your screen here. Prescott going to have to keep it. Wanted to throw it. Keeps it with a pump fake. And able to gain 3. But punt team coming out here for the Cowboys. Looks like the punt's not, or that roughing the passer penalty is not going to really affect this. And Ferguson open short, but nothing there. And CD looks like he's open on the left side, but Dak just doesn't look like he ever looked back towards CD on that play. Heartbreaker. Braxton Berrios, the returner, back for the Dolphins on this play. Cowboys taking some extra time here, still getting their coverage set. All the blocking, I should say, lined up correctly. Punt away by Anger. Good punt. Fielded at the 20. Berrios with some room on the right side. Still going. Makes a cut up the middle and going to be brought down at the 35. And again, they're getting chippy. Berrios going after Hendershot. I'm guessing that's a tight end of the Cowboys. And man, they are ready to fight down here in Miami. I know Florida makes people crazy, but my gosh, it is getting crazy here today. So talking about this, there's been a lot of talk. I know Miami fans are sick of it. There's been so much talk. Tua can't throw. Tua leading the NFL in passing yards coming in this game, 3,921 if I'm not mistaken. Tyreek, of course, a big part of that, 1,542 yards. The offensive line for the Cowboys, the Dolphins have been playing well. Cowboys, of course, playing really well as well. Miami either needs to win 2 or Buffalo lose 2 to clinch the AFC East, if I'm not mistaken. They could, if they win out, which would, of course, involve beating the Baltimore Ravens, Miami could claim the number 1 seed still if they win out the rest of their 3 games, including today, and Kansas City drops one of their 3 final games. So a lot of playoff implications here on both sides. Of course, the NFC East is still wide open with the Eagles taking a loss to the Seahawks, which we covered in our last game last week. Blew open the door in the NFC East and just the NFC in general over there. Eagles do own the tiebreaker, if I'm not mistaken, though. But the number 1 seed's not over either. Of course, the Monday night matchup of San Francisco and Baltimore in Levi Stadium, which, if y'all don't know, my name is Levi, guys. So Levi's hoping for a Christmas present at Levi's on Christmas. You feel me? For the Ravens. But, of course, if San Fran does lose that game, the number 1 seed on the NFC side kind of opens up a little bit as well. And I know Cowboy fans have a small shot at that. Of course, they would need some help. Some of the key things we're keeping an eye on here late in the game, though. Dak Prescott under pressure, 95.4 compared to Tua's 60.1 under, according to PFF. So Dak's supposedly the much better quarterback under pressure. That 95.4 is honestly quite impressive. However, from a clean pocket, Tua, this is even crazier. So Dak Prescott from a clean pocket rated at 107.1 QBR. That's outstanding. You know what's even crazier? Tua from a clean pocket, 117.5 QB rating. That's got to be, I think, first in the NFL. As the Dolphins get back out here at the 35, trying to take this lead back from the Cowboys. Handoff going up the middle, that's going to be Wilson after Mozart, if you weren't here earlier, had an ankle injury, and they literally just picked up Wilson. Wilson picking up Wilson. Got a battle of the Wilsons going on now. Wilson! And if you don't know, of course, you've got number 6 of the Cowboys, Wilson, and then Cedric Wilson, backup running back for the Miami Dolphins. I should say more like a third string, because I would take Devon Kane. But both teams only got 37 rushing yards. Passing yards almost equal. Cowboys barely leading 119 to 103. Fakes jet sweep, pass over the middle. That's Tyreek with a little spin and gives himself up and celebrating a little bit, weaving the ball in between his legs, and that's going to be a huge gain. Great throw with anticipation, and that's across the 50-yard line, as we don't believe we've seen Waddle come back out or Mozart for the Dolphins. And Tyreek obviously still showing a little bit of pain. He's been limited in practice the past 2 days, from my understanding. Tua rolling out left, got us tight end. That's Smythe, and a pretty good gain. Going to be short, maybe about 3 yards on the play, bringing up second and I believe 3 on the play. 5:45 here left in the second quarter, as the Cowboys lead 7-3. Of course, a lot of people know Deron Bland leading the NFL in interceptions. Actually, PFF having him rated the number 1 corner in the NFL. But we saw earlier Tyreek take him deep, easy. And so keep an eye on it late in the game. How many times are they going to call it? Or is Mike McDaniels keeping that in the back pocket for later in the game? Devon Kane with the handoff, going to slip on the play and going to be tackled at the line, maybe even a slight loss, bringing up 3rd and short. Hey, welcome in, Oak Squirrel. I made sure to give you some points last time. You've got 1,000 points to play with. You can bet as well. Make sure you try exclamation point bet, space, Dolphins or Cowboys, space, any number between 1 and 1,000 to bet some points on who you think is going to win the game. Check it out for all my new viewers here in chat. 3rd and 5. Tua off the fingers of Devon Achane on the right side. Just a little high on that throw. 4th and 5. And we expect, I'm guessing, the punt team to come out here for the Dolphins. Oh no, Gamecast ruined it. It's going to be the field goal team. And with that, how long is this kick going to be? This is going to be a long one. This has got to be at least 50. Let's see here. Of course, Sanders already made 57-yard attempt. This is going to be a 52-yard. And if you're not watching the Gamecast, we already know the results. This kick is up and gonna be good. Just in the right upright. My gosh, he's giving Miami fans some heart attacks probably with these kicks. But 2 for 2 from 50 today. Having himself a day. Dolphins now trailing only by 1 point with 4:31 here in the second quarter. Oh my God. So Oak Squirrel trying out the Magic 8 Ball function here in that chat. Oak Squirrel, I'm asked the Magic 8 Ball, am I fat? And that's got to be the funniest answer I've ever seen to that question. The Magic 8 Balls answered, the answer is within yourself, PogChamp. The answer is within yourself. Did you put 3 pounds of turkey into your belly tomorrow? Only Streambot will know. But thanks for trying it out, Oak, my guy. I appreciate you. You know what? We've got 11. It says we've got 11 viewers in here. We're gonna do a quick. I can add points to all current viewers. So I'm gonna add 1,000 loyalty points to all current viewers. So that should bring you up closer, to 2,010 now, Oak Squirrel. Congratulations. And again, one of the things we're thinking about doing here on the channel in the future, guys, is using these loyalty points, which you get from becoming a member, super chatting, following, staying around every 5 minutes, and engaging in chat. These loyalty points, what I'm hoping to do in the future is use them for like giveaways, for potential merchandise that I'll have here on the channel. Like if I'm doing raffles and stuff like that, maybe you can use your loyalty points to enter extra times into the raffle. We're trying out different things like that on this channel. So, hey, we got a new viewer coming in. College Life, fins up. Welcome in, my guy. I'm actually, I bet on the Dolphins to win as well. So hopefully Streamlabs will put that here up in the chat a moment. We've got an official bet going on here in the channel. Let's see if I can find you here. We're going to try to add loyalty points to all current viewers so everyone can play some games here, hopefully. But welcome in, my guy. I'm rooting for your Dolphins here. I really am. I just want the NFC East to get thrown into even more chaos, to be honest with you. But that is a heartbreaker, my guy. The Jalen Waddle eye poke, the Raheem Mostert ankle issue. You're already dealing with a couple other injuries across the team, especially on your secondary, missing a starting right guard. Dolphins are going down left and right on this game, and once again, the Pro Bowl returner, Turbin, for the Cowboys, not going to get a chance to return this. And with that, I believe this is going to be third offensive drive here for the Cowboys coming up. Of course, some of the injuries we talked about here for the Miami Dolphins, missing their starting safety, Javon Holland, one of the better safeties in the NFL this year. Cam Smith, their first-round pick out of USC. Starting right guard, Robert Hunt. Backup wide receiver, Jalen Brook for the slot. And, of course, their third-string tight end, Tyler Kraft. So a lot of injuries here, and we've got a false start here now against the Cowboys offense. Back them up. That's going to be against Jake Ferguson, the tight end, who my boy Bryant Colb's got. Yeah, in college life, we were talking about a little earlier. A lot of disrespect in like online groups for Tua, despite leading the NFL in passing yards, 3,921 yards before this game, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, we just saw earlier in this game, Jalen Waddle break 1,000 yards, I believe, Dolphin history. And they're talking about a little bit. Jalen Ramsey, of course, went down earlier in the season with an injury. That was, I mean, a dash in the hopes for this Super Bowl team for the Dolphins. And if I'm not mistaken, college life, Jalen Phillips, your other edge rusher, went down with injury not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. Handoff going left. That's going to be Pollard on the play. Oh, strong running. Shucks a man off. And that's a good gain after going the wrong way on the first play. And you got to give, honestly, credit to the Cowboys wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, having a Pro Bowl year, just like Tyreek. Respectively in the NFL coming in this game, first and fourth in receiving yards. Big story, though, keep an eye on Tyron Smith, offensive tackle starter for the Cowboys, out today. Will Chubb of the Dolphins be able to take advantage of that a little bit? We already saw Van Grinkle take a little bit of advantage, who was on the outside of my Pro Bowl voting. And there's another sack on 3rd and 7. Crinkle and Long Jr. on the play. Seiler also nodding his head. And there is that pass rush of the Dolphins. Coming into this game again, pass rush for the Dolphins ranked 4th in the NFL. Their coverage unit ranked 6th. Seiler, a big part of that, 7.5 sacks. Van Grinkle coming in partial snaps, having a near Pro Bowl year, almost made it in on my Pro Bowl vote, to be honest with you. And David Long, who you saw in there as well, having a great run-stopping year for the Miami Dolphins, rated 92.5 on PFF. That's first in the NFL for run blocking, or run D. Berrios going to have a little bit of a chance to return this, makes a man miss, and man, 2 Cowboys there, with no Miami Dolphins, and Berrios just ran around a guy, made him look like he was in slow motion, to be honest with you. And welcome in, guys. For anyone that's joining us, of course, we are Darwin's Raven, a.k.a. Levi, a.k.a. whatever the hell you want to call me. And as our pledge to our 500 subscribers when we hit our, our monetization goal was to call a second game every week, other than, of course, the Baltimore Ravens game. And this game being part of our promise, as we predicted this, of course, to be, despite the Ravens Niners game, the next best game of the week. 1st and 10, 2:23 here in the second quarter, 2-minute warning approaching. Tua from the 29, got a man on the left. That's Smythe, his tight end, and going to be a gain of 11 on the play, bringing him up to a 41-yard line on the play. And Tua trying to get another playoff, 2:06. He might get it. Ref is holding the play. 2-1. They get the snap off. Tua looking left, getting pressured. He's just going to flip it and was getting pressure, just had to get rid of it. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. And with that, they're going to probably take us to commercial on the 2-minute warning. When we come back, 1:56 officially on the clock, as the Dolphins are looking to take this lead. After having to settle for 2 field goals on their last drives, really looking to punch one in. But we've got a great game so far. Strong battle. PFF's second-ranked offense and defense in the Miami Dolphins against PFF's 5th-ranked offense and defense in the Dallas Cowboys. And again, as always, thanks for joining us here on Darwin's Raven. We're having a little bit of Crown and Ginger today, so if you're sipping on one, cheers. We're having some ginger on ginger hate crime today, some ginger side, if you like some jokes. And I'm telling you, chat, if you're above the legal drinking age and you haven't tried ginger ale with your Crown Royal, I'm telling you, you'll probably never go back to Crown and Coke for the rest of your life. The ginger pairs so well with the subtle hints, especially if you like to mix up your Crowns a little bit like I do. I prefer Crown XO. The price went up a little bit, but it's finished in a cognac barrel. And that subtle oakiness and hints of the char with that ginger of the ginger ale pair so well together, guys. And again, only if you're legal age to drink. And of course, we will be live on Christmas Day. We already okayed it with the girlfriend. You know what they say, happy spouse, happy house. You know, we don't gentrify here or pick one role like happy wife, happy life. Goes both ways in a relationship. That's the key balance, guys. Everyone's got to have a say and feel heard. But we already okayed it with the girlfriend, so we're going to be live on Christmas Day for what we think is the game of the week. Niners hosting the Baltimore Ravens out in Levi Stadium. And again, my actual name, guys, is Levi, so Levi's hoping for a Christmas present at Levi's on Christmas Day. You feel me? Oh, College Life coming in said Detling Bourbon. Okay. I've one of my 49er content creators has been telling me Gold Bar. Some Gold Bar whiskey is something I got to get turned on to. Honestly, guys, if anyone wants to ever buy me a bottle of Hibiki, we'll do an opening video and some tasting. I would love a bottle of Hibiki, but if I'm not mistaken, in my liquor store, that costs $120 for a bottle. Send me a bottle, Hibiki. I would love some. 2nd and 10. That's Cedric Wilson over the middle, and first down. Looks like a gain of maybe 15 on the play. Going to put the ball onto the Cowboys side of the field. Tua just moving this offense every time he gets a chance, I feel like. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm fighting some illness here as we're coming up around Christmas in the wintertime, and it's sometimes my sinuses are killing me, and I'm not trying to subject y'all to any of that. So again, my apologies, guys. I had to jump off stream for just a second. Hey, Chimera's back. Welcome in, my guy. We got that ginger on ginger crime going on today. Some ginger side as we're having some crown and ginger. College says Tua, the built by Bama legend. I mean, that Bama team was ridiculous. How much talent was on that roster. And do we have Jalen Waddle back in the game? I thought I saw Waddle. Nope, no Jalen Waddle yet. So we're still hoping to hear good news maybe about his eye. And Tyreek Hill with a catch on the right side. And Dolphins going to be in the red zone with 25 seconds here. And out of bounds going to stop the clock. Great play by the Dolphins. Dolphins have a chance here to take the lead with no time to return to respond. Dolphins have 1 timeout. Cowboys have 2. Play clock down to 10 seconds as the Dolphins have not broken the huddle yet. 7 seconds, still getting lined up. 3 seconds. Cowboys look like they have some miscommunication, and oh no, Tua has to take a timeout. That's their final, and that's as the announcer saying, that's a killer because you're hoping to take advantage of that miscommunication that you can obviously on the Cowboys defense as they send that tight end in motion. And could have been a possibly gimme play, but just got to get out of the huddle quicker. Oh, that sucks for the Dolphins. Heartbreaker. And Wes Welker's the wide receiver coach for the Dolphins? Why isn't this bigger news? I did not know this. Did y'all know this? Who didn't tell me? Berrios, the man in motion. Tua's looking opposite side. Got a man, that's Wilson, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete. Gonna be 3rd and 1, and he's a little slow to get up. Looks like he might have fallen on his lower back hip, and they're gonna call a flag on Micah Parsons as he's yelling at the ref. Let's watch. Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a late. I mean, it was bang, bang. Micah delivers a shot to the back of Tua. Ball's away. I mean, I think that's a bad penalty, guys. I hate to tell you, Dolphins fans. They're going to call roughing the passer on that. There was definitely only one step between when Tua let that ball go and Micah made contact. And if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be like a 2-step rule, if I'm not mistaken, in that situation. And there's just like, Micah did it like drive him into the ground. Yes, he maybe put a little shoulder into his back on that play, but like, I mean, Tua did go down to the ground because Micah, And there's the NFL rule analyst saying that's definitely within 2 steps. Bad call. We've seen now 2 bad roughing the penalty calls in this game. One in favor of each team, basically. Chimera says that's a soft ass call. I agree. Like the other one, I was a little like more up and down on, but that's soft, bro. That's a bad call. Going to give the Dolphins a fresh set of downs on the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, 21 seconds on the game clock. Tua got him, man. That's Mozart, and he's back in the game. Make it a one-handed catch. And just like that, the Dolphins are going to take the lead again. Gamecast actually hasn't got it up. That's a little surprising. What's going on, Gamecast? Is there going to be a flag on the play? What a little move by Mozart. So they motion him right. He then cuts back in front of the quarterback left on his pass route, sneaks out of the left field on the left side instead of the right side, and just the linebacker or whoever's covering him out of the back from the backfield, unable to really get over there. And Chosen Anderson in a hoodie now, so I'm definitely going to say he's ruled out, probably concussion and neck injury. Congratulations, Dolphins, touchdown. And barring that should give, with the PAT, the Dolphins a 13-7 lead going into halftime. Great sequence of plays by the Dolphins. Might have got bailed out there by a bad roughing the passer call, but the Dolphins had one against them earlier as well. So Wes Welker looked like, I can't get over that Wes Welker's the wide receiver coach for the Dolphins. I am absolutely... College Life says, fins up, roll tide. What's funny, College Life, I'm actually down here in Fort Myers myself, so I'm about 2 hours away from Hard Rock Stadium right now, where, of course, this game's live. And 2 years ago, I actually was there when the Ravens came to Miami, where Tua came in like at halftime, basically, and tore up my Baltimore Ravens. Of course, we were dealing with tons of injuries that year, but that was, oh my God, gut-ripping as I watched my Ravens get beat in Miami a few years ago. And little squib kick here by the Dolphins, not going to be able to return it. And with that, 12 seconds or 11 seconds here, as I'm guessing the Cowboys are probably just going to take a knee. Maybe might take one deep shot, but we're expecting a prevent cover 4 defense here from the Dolphins. We'll see if we get that, though. Cowboys would have to get approximately 25, 35, probably 35 to 40 yards to even have a shot at a field goal. Looks like a knee. It is. And with that, the Dolphins are going to take a 13-7 lead into the locker room at halftime here at Hard Rock Stadium, guys. College life, like he said, fins up, roll tide. Give it a little shout out not only to his Dolphins, but the Alabama Crimson Tide, of course, Tua Tagovailoa's alma mater. College Life says, no way you're from Fort Myers. Did my undergrad over at FGCU. That's hilarious. I was actually this past semester, I went back to FGCU. I was trying to get my sports management degree, as well as was working on getting my license here in Florida to be a sports agent by the Department of Business and Professional Regulations, I believe. I've got the paperwork somewhere here down in my desk from there. But that's pretty funny. Yeah, College Life, fun little fact for anyone in the chat, too. I'm thinking about heading to the Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl and it's going to be in Orlando this year. I think that's about 3 hours away from me. But let's talk a little bit about what happened across the NFL today. Of course, Cardinals taking on the Bears. Bears up 21-7 at halftime, basically. Bears taking the Cardinals to the house. Jaguars taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker actually been putting on some magic up there in Tampa. Tampa about 2 or 3 hours away from me as well, weirdly. Mike Evans with a 22-yard touchdown, second of the day. They lead 27-0 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. What is going on in Jacksonville? Of course, Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings today. Final in that game, Detroit winning 30-24. Green Bay came down to a last-second game. Green Bay winning by a field goal, 30-33. And, of course, my boy Joe Stevens, Seattle Seahawks, taking care of the Tennessee Titans, 20-17. And, of course, Trevor Siemian getting the win today for the New York Jets over the Washington Commanders. That was another last-minute game. Detroit Lions clinching their first division title since 1993. Congratulations to the Detroit Lions. We're always slightly rooting for the Lions a little bit, on the NFC side, especially when we're not playing against them. So, Chimera said it there. They clinched the North. First time ever over the Vikings. That's absolutely awesome, my guy. And by the way, guys, if you don't know, Streamlabs has said it there. Betting is still open for who will win Dolphins versus Cowboys. We're going to give out some more loyalty points to all viewers here in chat. Streamlabs should have done it there for me. You can actually... did it really redact your message, Chimera? I got to turn that bot down a little bit. It is getting a little too crazy. Can I, halfway it? It's either off or on minimum. That is crazy. I'll have to double check what officially is blocking that later, guys. But, we're glad to see Raheem Mostert back in the game for the Dolphins. Of course, we're still waiting to hear a little bit more from Jalen Waddle. Went out earlier on that same play with a eye poke. But let me talk again, guys. If y'all weren't here earlier in the chat, Jim Harbaugh, of course, brother of John Harbaugh, current head coach of the Michigan Wolverines over there in Ann Arbor, Michigan, is in a lot of talks with head coaching jobs. Of course, the Los Angeles Chargers, the biggest name among that, interviewed last year with Minnesota Vikings and a few other teams, if I'm not mistaken. Michigan's trying to keep him there. It got leaked today. They've supposedly offered Jim Harbaugh a 10-year, $125 million contract to stay in Ann Arbor. However, this contract comes with a little bit of a weird clause. A clause that he cannot express any interest in an NFL job for at least 1 year. after he signs the contract. Man, I don't know if I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm taking the money. But I know a big thing weighing in on that whole conversation is, if I'm not mistaken, the NCAA is actually waiting till after the season to hand down some punishments against Michigan, potentially. Of course, nothing's settled yet. But and of course, if Jim Harbaugh is not a part of the Michigan Wolverines, that doesn't affect him at all. So if you're in chat, guys, let me know what's your opinion on that situation. Of course, for those that don't know, Mason Rudolph pulled off a win for the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers keeping their play hopes alive. They won 34-11 over the Bengals. Pickens and Warren having huge days. If you haven't seen, Warren, the halfback for the Steelers, had a huge block. ESPN top 10 worthy of the week. And of course, Pickens went off. Mason Rudolph finished the game 17-27 for 290 yards and a touchdown. And of course, Chimera here in my chat, my moderator, very happy he won over the Los Angeles Chargers in a butthole clinching game, 24-22. But we're happy for him here on the channel. Let me see here. Indianapolis had a heartbreaking loss today as well. They lost to the Atlanta Falcons, kind of extinguishing a little bit of their potential playoff hopes. And what I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Gardner Minshew's captured a little bit of his old magic there, of course, before today's game. But I hope everyone's having a good Christmas Eve. I don't know about y'all, but as soon as this game ends, your boys got to get started on the ham. Of course, we talked about it. We're going to be live for Niners, Ravens on Christmas Day. Had to okay it with the girlfriend. But, of course, we're doing a bigger dinner tonight with leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So I hope if you're not able to join us tomorrow night, I hope everyone that's currently with us, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope every dream comes true. I hope you get everything you want. I hope all your loved ones are doing well and in good health. And make sure you think about what you want here for your New Year's resolutions. College Life weighing in on the Jim Harbaugh debate says he is probably leaving and Michigan is going to lose relevance in the Big Ten. Yeah, that could really happen. They already lost Mike McDonald, of course, our now defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. We're really happy to have him. He was originally our linebackers coach. But if you don't know, Aiden Hutchinson and David Ajabo, who carried them while Mike McDonald was there, those two pass rushers give a lot of credit to Mike McDonald for really helping them understand defenses on the NFL level and making it easier and really elevating their game from the outside position. And if you're not paying attention to the broadcast, they're talking about the Pro Bowl right there, guys. We're trying to go to the Pro Bowl. You can make that dream happen. Every follow, every super chat, every membership helps us get there to the Pro Bowl. I think tickets right now are still only $50 for some cheaper tickets, but it's more about all the events, I feel like. Tickets there, like they said, starting at $45. Help us make that come true here on Darwin's Raven. I'd love to have some live coverage potentially from the Pro Bowl. And they're showing right here on the halftime report, Golf and the Lions winning this game and clinching the NFC North. Again, congratulations to them. You might, that's Chimera betting his points. Chimera loves using that gamble function, by the way, in the chat. If you're new to the channel, guys, you can do !points. That will display your current loyalty points here in the channel. You can play fun little mini games, bet, ask the Magic 8-Ball questions, all kinds of really cool little stuff. So give it a try. Something we're trying to do to, engage more with our followers and try to have some fun little mini games you can play here in the chat. You feel me? You feel me, right? Let me see. And again, if you don't know how many points you have, you can do !points, and my stream bot will tell you exactly how many points you have. We're going to duel Chimera in the chat to to show off how this is. And if y'all don't know, Joe Flacco took on the Houston Texans today. That was going to be the game I was going to call today. However, the moment I heard that CJ Stroud was not going to be starting that game today, I knew this was absolutely the correct game to call. We're like secretly rooting for the Houston Texans, and we love CJ Stroud. And Chimera, quick to accept the duel. He accepted it before my StreamBot even acknowledged it. And there's StreamBot, and just like that, Darwin's Raven pierces Chimera through the heart. We're 1-1 today, 1 win each, as I win back my points from Chimera in chat. Hashtag feels good, man. Chimera immediately trying to duel and win his points back in chat. It's always a fun time here on Darwin's Raven, guys. We'll accept the duel if the StreamBot will allow me to. Chimera takes the head of Darwin's Raven as he's now up 2-1 on me for the day. Wow. Okay, hold on, College Life. I'm so sorry. My StreamBot, I cannot believe. I saw that message and then it kicked it out. We're going to take off paragraph protection. I believe that's what it did. Let me see. How did it literally took that all you said is, but Ohio is a mess right now. Okay, no, there's the message. College Life says, I don't know how Michigan is going to recover if they lose their head coach and drop to third or fourth best team in their conference. All the recruits will go to Ohio and Oregon. Agreed. And then if y'all don't know a little bit of college news today, the running back Etienne of Florida transferred about 4 or 5 hours ago. Officially going to be transferring to the University of Georgia in the transfer portal. So something to keep an eye on. Also, to make you feel old, guys, if you don't feel old yet, Owen McCown, son of Josh McCown, is now the UTSA starting quarterback. Shout out to Chad Pennington, the former Dolphin. His son, Cole Pennington, now the starting quarterback for Marshall University. And, of course, something we're going to keep an eye on, Devin Hester Jr., now a wide receiver for Athens, Georgia. University of Georgia, Athens, if I'm not mistaken. Do we feel old yet, chat? Seeing these guys' sons come into the NFL, like. And College Life, ignore my StreamBot, by the way. And apologize, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to slide off camera. I've got to blow my nose. Sorry, 1 second. And again, I'm so sorry, guys, that I have to constantly step away like that. Oh, as someone that started for school, I might be developing some bronchitis or something like that. There's definitely a little bit of fluid in the bottom one of my lungs. I want to say right side specifically, if I'm not mistaken. But I've got my not stethoscope. I forgot what the technical term is for it, but so I can listen in. And with that, officially, we're back here in the third quarter. And of course, Dolphins will be starting the second half with the ball for those that weren't here or don't remember. First and 10. Mozart, of course, back in there. We've got Waddle back in for the Dolphins as well. So that's great to see. Mozart with a big run up the middle, cuts left, and he's down at the 40-yard line. 14-yard gain to start the drive here for the Dolphins on the ground. $14:35 and ticking. Dolphins, of course, trying to hold time of possession here as they hold the 13-7 lead to start the second half. Oh, Chimera rolling up that 94. That's a crit, my guy. Congrats. Won 30,000 loyalty points. Oh, and Mozart decleated, literally comes off his feet, and that's Wilson delivering a huge hit for the Cowboys defense. Let's watch this again. And great job by number 6. Sneaks in and just comes back across and delivers a huge hit. DeMarcus Lawrence also coming in as part of that hit. I took Streamlabs and I took so that it can't do long paragraph stuff, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. And a cane, nothing up the middle, as looks like the center there for the Dolphins just get bulldozed. Third and 9 coming in here for the Dolphins offense. Their first drive here of the second half. To 14-22 for 186 yards and a touchdown. Ball on like 39.5-yard line. To a short pass left, and he's definitely not on the same page as Tyreek Hill on that, as there's kind of no one in the area, but no intentional grounding. Punt team coming out here for Miami. And Tyreek probably has inside, outside, wherever he wants to go. Tyreek goes inside. Tua thinks he's going out. Bailey, the punter, out for the Dolphins. I expect this to be Turbin, if I'm not mistaken, a returner for the Cowboys back. One of the better returners here in the NFL this season. Got my Pro Bowl vote for the Pro Bowl returner. High kick, says to get away from it. And Dolphins have it down. Might be the 1 or 2 yard line. Great play by Campbell to get down there for the the Dolphins. And touches it. Yeah, that's going to be, looks like the 2 yard line. Tries to fake it up at the 1, but again, great job. Hey, and Chimera's starting up a heist in chat. We're going to join him. Let's see if we can win some points on the heist this time. Streamlabs says, ahoy! Captain Chimera is trying to get a crew together for the treasure hunt. Type exclamation point heist and enter your loyalty points you wish to wager before we embark on this dangerous journey. Will you plunder treasure, or will you join Davy Jones at the bottom of the sea? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Is anyone else like low key like got like a weird dream like be a voice actor? There it is. Hey, college heist. College life has joined the heist. Heist will start officially, guys, 2 minutes after the heist gets started. So Streamlabs should tell you right now who wins, who loses, who's gonna live, who's gonna die, who gets the plunder, and who joins Davy Jones. Hashtag any oh my gosh, Sea of Thieves players in my chat. Some gaming time. But again, guys, thanks for joining us here on Christmas Eve here on Darwin's Raven. As we continue to try to grow this channel and expand our NFL coverage. For those that aren't aware, oh, there we go. We got Streamlabs. We're gonna go to the pirate journey, the heist. A crew of pirates and raiders check their flintlocks and sharpen their cutlasses as they disembark for Blackheart Island. The poisonous fog sends half the crew to Davy Jones' locker. The rest escape with a handful of plunder and a tail full of plenty. Damn, me and college life died to the poisonous fog. Chimera, the only one away to come away with a win. And as we get back here, Dolphins looking to get a safety as the Cowboys start their offense from the 1 yard line. We got to give some points back to college life if we can find him here on the points after he lost 1,000 points probably. Britt's coming and Prescott has to get rid of it. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 9 now. My gosh. Let's look at how much they bring. 45 comes right up. That's the B gap. And that's a costly mistake for the Cowboys. Ball, I'm sorry, officially looks like at the 3 yard line. Third and 9. Prescott pressured. Gets it off, but off the hands of Ferguson, and that's going to be the punt team coming out for the Cowboys as they're backed up in their own end zone. Miami might have a good chance either for a strong return or a potential punt block, and great interior pressure by the Dolphins. That's Grinkle and I believe Zeeler on a stunt move, getting some great pressure. College Life says the Dolphins are iron wall right now. They are, again, coming into this game, Dolphins had the 4th-ranked pass rush according to PFF, 6th-ranked in coverage. That's really good considering Jalen Ramsey went down way early. And with that, ball going to go out at the 38 maybe of the Dolphins. So pretty decent field position as Tua comes out here to try to extend the lead or burn some time off the clock. 11:53 here in the 3rd quarter. We giving out some hugs in chat too. We gonna give a hug to college life. The flock hugs college life. Everyone knows the flock loves college life. But I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today, my guy. I got nothing but respect, like I said, for the Dolphins. I'm a huge fan of Mike McDaniels. I love all the funny clips that I see. in all my groups of Mike McDaniel. It's something, honestly, I've thought about making some more shorts about, because he's just such a good coach, fun guy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, are we getting another Willy Wonka movie coming out? Quick update, too, across the NFL. Of course, Cleveland taking on Houston. 47 seconds left. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's earlier. I got to re-update my, refresh my page here. There we go. I was about to say that game finaled a long time ago. Here we go. Jacksonville, of course, taking on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, we talked about earlier, blowing them out. Tampa Bay still up 30 now to 6 on Jacksonville. 44 seconds left in that third quarter. Chicago still continuing their lead over Arizona as Kyler Murray and the Cardinals try to claw their way back into this game. 12-12 left in the third quarter of that game. Chicago leads 21-10. And for those that don't know, Sunday Night Football tonight, you've got the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos. Fact or cap, is Bill Belichick actually on the hot seat and parting ways potentially with the with the Patriots after the end of the season? And of course, if y'all don't know, on Monday night, Christmas Day, we've actually got 3 games on Christmas Day. You've got Raiders taking on the Chiefs. Chiefs need to win that game. They basically need to win out to keep their real playoff hopes alive. Giants taking on the Eagles. 4:30 slot on Christmas Day. Not a lot of hype built up about that game. But of course, you know where to be on Monday night, 8:15. Baltimore traveling to Levi's Stadium. You can find me here, Levi, on Darwin's Raven. We're hoping for a Christmas present Monday night. Yeah, Kymer, I had to refresh my page. Oh, thank you, by the way. Hard count here. Is Devon Kane in at Wildcat for the... No, that's Tua. I don't know what's going on there. That's Tyreek Hill with a catch over the middle. Little post move it looked like. And with that, the Dolphins once again are onto the Cowboys side of the field. That is a consistent theme here today. And something we talked about a little earlier in this broadcast, guys. Tua from a clean pocket having 117.5 QBR rating. That's got to be first in the NFL, if not lead pretty high up there. I made sure to add another 1,000 points to all current viewers, by the way. So college points, you've got 1,000 points. You can bet actually some points on your Miami Dolphins. You can do exclamation point bet Miami space, or so exclamation point bet space Miami space your points, and you can actually wager some points on whether you think Miami will win. Oh, Chimera gonna dual college it here in the chat here. Let's see if he accepts the duel. You can accept by doing exclamation point accept or exclamation point deny. How about some little sword fight duels here in the chat between the viewers? 10:35 here on the clock, 2nd and 9. Ball at the 42. Quick little pass, Hill on the right side, and just, God, catch the ball short, but able to looks like get to the first down. Should be a fresh set of down for the Dolphins. And just Micah Parsons in coverage got no chance against Tyreek Hill there. And the funny thing is, for those that don't know, Micah Parsons said he thinks he could catch Tyreek Hill in a race. Based on that, I don't think so. But we'll, maybe straight line, they might have a shot. 3rd and 1. Ball at the 33. That's going to be a toss right or left, to a Kane and swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be a loss of what looks like 2 on the play. Questionable sequence of play calls there as field goal teams coming out here for the Dolphins. Of course, if you don't know, Dolphins kicker already hit 2, and Gamecast's going to ruin the game here a little bit for me. As you can see, if you're watching here live on the stream, Miami Dolphins are absolutely going to make this kick and extend their lead 16-3 over the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are melting down a little bit here late in the season. Are they still that team? 54-yard attempt, and that one a little closer down to the middle as it's good. And that is 3 50-plus yard attempts from the Miami Dolphins kicker. And I got to go back and watch my Pro Bowl voting. If he wasn't in the Pro Bowl voting, in my voting, he might have to be now. And for those that haven't watched my coverage, we did some Pro Bowl voting. We got a whole video on it. We posted on Twitter, Darwin's Raven 20 on Twitter. Go check it out. Make sure you get your vote in. Votes on NFL.com close tomorrow. So if you haven't done your Pro Bowl voting, make sure you go vote your favorite players in. And if you don't know who to vote in, check out my Pro Bowl video I did here on my channel a few days ago with some good recommendations. Not a lot of bias for my Baltimore Ravens. Try to pay a lot of respect to all the players across the NFL. Make sure you check it out. And with that, I'm officially going to close the betting polls. Only 2 people betting on the polls officially. That's going to be me and Chimera. The pot up for the bets, 20,000 points up for bid today across the board. Let's see. We're going to close the betting. Streamlabs should say that. Betting has been closed. We already know who College Life is pulling for. Chimera canceling the duel. Not like this. I got to find more funny sayings to say. And of course, like we say always, guys, I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming here on Christmas Eve. You could be a million different places, but you're hanging out with me here on Darwin's Raven, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. We got aspirations to be an NFL scout. I haven't told a lot of y'all that story. We'll tell College Life. Back in 2008, when I graduated high school, I was actually here in Florida for my grad night trip down at Disney World. I actually left the Disneyland parks to go back to the hotel to watch the 2008 NFL draft, of course, where we took Joe Flacco in the first round, Ray Rice in the second round. I love the draft. I would love, if I can't own my own business, guys, I think my NFL dream would be a scout, of course, for the Baltimore Ravens, but would be for any NFL team. I'd take the job. So one of the big reasons we do this channel here, and with draft season right around the corner, I believe January 15th going to be the last day for people to declare for the NFL draft. Look forward on this channel. We're going to have a lot of coverage coming up soon. But with that, 8:59 here in the third quarter as the Dolphins kicker gets this one away. And sadly, the Pro Bowl potential returner for the Cowboys not getting many chances to return here as that ball goes through the back of the end zone. And again, fun little fact, if you weren't here early in the channel about the Miami Dolphins Stadium, there is sometimes a 20-degree difference in temperature between the home side and the away side in this stadium. Of course, today with a little bit of rain, overcast, 74 degrees approximately. Temperature, not a huge effect, but early in their season, this is a huge home field advantage for the Miami Dolphins. 1st and 10, 8:59, ball at the 25-yard line, empty backfield for Dak. Looking right, throws there. And got him, man. That's a great catch. That's Brandon Cooks, their slot wide receiver, number 3. Coming out of the slot there. Just a quick little out route. Great coverage by Van Ginkel, number 43 of the Dolphins. Right in his hip pocket. Not able to get a hand on the ball, though. Going to be a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. 8:35 here on the clock. Ball on the 31-yard line. Lamb in a orbit motion to the backfield and then back out left. Look for the screen there. Dak not even looking. He's going deep right, though. He's got a man and fighting for the ball, but he's got it. Tolbert having to come back for the ball over a Miami defender. That's 25, Xavier Howard on the play. And Tolbert making an ESPN top 10 catch. Both players coming down with simultaneous possession of the ball, but as the NFL rule states, ball goes to the receiver. And great coverage and great effort by the Cowboys wide receiver. Ball now at the 29 of the Dolphins, and Pollard makes contact in the backfield, able to get out of it, though, and a 3-yard gain after a huge first down by Tolbert. Halfway through the third quarter, I don't know about y'all, chat. I feel like this game is flying by right now as the Cowboys are looking to finally respond here. College Life says the draft is going to be crazy. Lots of good quarterbacks. But yeah, it's in Stormy. We love the stadium design. I know, dude, I'm a ginger, and we had a 1 o'clock game when we played, y'all. We had a night game, so I was actually okay. But, like, it's nuts. Screenplay going left for the Cowboys, and going backwards, Chubb able to make a great play. But, yeah, I don't understand all the hate Tua has gotten, to be honest with you. But College Life, what's really funny is on my pre-draft special, I focused on guys second round or later. I was trying to find those, that's where NFL GMs make their real money. And, of course, Devon Achane was one of the running backs I featured on my draft special, one of 6, I believe. And if you go back and look at my NFL draft special under my live coverage, under, I believe, the B-Rave podcast as well, my running back room looks all pro. And for everyone that says, who would have ever thought Tyson Bagent? Who would have ever known about Tyson Bagent? You can say, I know. Now, brings up, I think, going to be 3rd and 16 with 6:26 here in the third. Says I'm getting an error message from my OBS. Says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers maintain smooth streaming. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So Dak going over the middle and going to be obviously short down at the 25-yard line of the Dolphins, and field goal unit coming out for the Cowboys. 6 minutes and ticking here in the third as Cowboys are going to look to make this a 1-score game. College Life says draft is going to be pretty weak for Bama. Our kicker is getting drafted for sure, hoping our defensive players stay. Yeah, I haven't heard as much about Bama as much. And, of course, Ozzie Newsome's connection to Bama. Usually the Baltimore Ravens have a strong connection. Kick is up for Bailey, and chip shot for the Pro Bowl kicker. 43 yards is good. And with that, it's going to be 10-16. Miami still leading this as they're going to get the ball back with 5:28 here in the third. And again, guys, I want to say, like my boy Joe Swanson says, if you haven't already, smash that like button for me. Every time someone smashes that like button, it really helps the YouTube algorithm, Google algorithm, and get our channel out there. And of course, subscriptions. We're heading toward the 1,000 subscription goal. We really broke through the 500 goal recently. We smashed our watch hour goal, and every single one of y'all has been a part of that, and I greatly appreciate it. We're trying to find a way to reward those that have been here with us for a long time. And we would greatly appreciate it. One of the fun things that we're looking to do here, we actually just got we're on commercial break, so we're talking general life, guys. We recently just got accepted to the Fanatics affiliate program. So look forward to here future on the channel. We're actually going to have a Fanatics link, basically our own promo code for Fanatics. So if you're thinking about buying sports memorabilia or jerseys through Fanatics, make sure you think of my boy. Use my promo code. I'll have it up here in our videos coming in the next week or so, maybe actually before tomorrow night, where if you buy a jersey, you can help support my channel as well. And with that, we're actually going to reach out to Fanatics. Maybe see if they'll send me some Baltimore Ravens swag, maybe some Buffalo Bills swag from my moderators, Green Bay Packers swag, and doing unboxing videos for Fanatics as we promote, the code and all that stuff for that stream. So make sure you look out for it. And again, we're going to hope maybe that in these giveaways, they'll give us some cool swag to give away, on the channel. So make sure you keep coming back, checking it out. As we get merchandise up and we get the channel generating a little more money, hopefully, we will be able to actually do more giveaways here on the channel. Hopefully maybe using some of that Fanatics gear. So definitely, like I said, look forward to it. Streamlabs coming in with that heist says, ho ho! The entire crew escaped Blackheart Island alive. They celebrate with a chest full of gold and a belly full of crown. Cheers. Darwin's Raven winning 0 because I bet 0. Chimera coming away like a true pirate today in these heists, winning another 10,000 points in our chat heist here on the channel. So check it out. And there we go, guys. If y'all don't see this, CD Lamb offsides, checks with the ref, then moves. They were really moving at the same time. I feel like that's a bad call by the refs. But they say it's a good call. They say they were moving at the same time. It was hard to say. Keep an eye. Tyreek, the sole wide receiver left in this formation. 1st and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line of the Dolphins. Deep drop by Tua. He's got Hill. And that's caught at the 43-yard line of the Dolphins. Another first down. I'm not going to lie. That Miami Dolphins song used to be so annoying when I was there, but it was weirdly catchy. And my God, Tua put it on a clinic today. Like, he fakes the throw going right, twists back to his left, and finds Tyreek and just drills that ball on the left hash marks of the field to Tyreek. Tyreek now 5 catches, 72 yards on the day, trying to break 2,000 yards on the season. Fumble on the exchange, but a great pickup by Tua, and he's going to find his tight end Smythe over the middle left hash mark, same place that he's just caught Tua, and that's another first down catch. What a throw, and picking up the ball on the turf after a bad snap by his center. Tua now breaking 250 yards on the day already. 4:20 here in the third. College Life says, man is moving it. He is. It honestly, it's kind of fun to watch a left-handed quarterback throw the ball. Tua on a play action, going deep left, and Tyreek not able to get there. And Tua honestly probably just putting this ball more out of bounds than anything. And Mike looked like he just gave like a little head nod, like he just saw something there. And he's telling Tua and his offensive coordinator to take a shot here again. Let's see if they do. Honestly, that's just a gut feeling based off the observation I made of like the lip reading and the head movement that I saw. Or they're saying they're going to give it another shot. Let's see. Trips right here formation for the Dolphins. Going to be a play action. Going to be Waddle on a flip jet sweep. And only a gain of 2 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 8. Oh, God, no. Waddle is limping heavily. His looks like left ankle might have been injured on the play. Let's watch the replay. Wilson going to dive and just clips that ankle. Not a lot to see, but Waddle in obvious pain trying to get off the field for the Dolphins as the play clock's winding down. And Dolphins just, God, injury after injury. My heart goes out to the Dolphin fans right now. 3rd and 8, and I think we're going to get a timeout by the Dolphins. It's going to be their first of the second half. 3:32 in the third. And like College Life says, poor Waddle, man, had his eye poked out on the play that Mozart had an ankle injury earlier in the first half, and now looks like dealing with a left ankle injury. He's getting some attention from the medical staff on the sideline, but he's still just sitting there. So that's somewhat of a good sign. They looks like they're grabbing actually pretty high above the ankle. So I'm going to hope for Dolphin fans that's not a high ankle sprain, but maybe like a calf strain. And, maybe he'll be a week-to-week thing, but definitely I feel like a better injury than to have a high ankle sprain. For those that don't know, high ankle sprains are very tricky injuries. Could be 2 weeks, could be legitimately 8 weeks, depending on how bad it is. And I'm telling you, a high ankle sprain can sometimes almost hurt as bad as a break. 3rd and 8. Tua got a man open left. That's Hill. And another huge gain by the Dolphins. And another first down as the clock continues to tick. Oh my, for those that aren't watching, look like Stephon Gilmore pressing Tyreek Hill at the line. Absolutely puts on a clinic. Got someone sitting over top, maybe to double team Tyreek Hill, because it looks like there was another safety sitting over top of him, and Tyreek cuts to the outside and leaves the second guy. Tyreek single-handedly beating 2 Cowboys defenders before he even gets his hands on the ball on that catch. Absolutely. I mean, and we've been talking about it here on the channel, guys. I was heartbroken for Tyreek missing a game last week, and I've talked about it a lot on the channel. If Tyreek broke 2,000 yards receiving, we got to get rid of this quarterback bias in the NFL. He is pretty deserving of the MVP of this season. But I get it. There's some really good quarterback and halfback play as well. Hill, the man in motion. Going to be a jet sweep. And makes a spin move on DeMarcus Lawrence. Would have been a tackle for a loss of 5. But Tyreek making some magic happen. And still a loss on the play. But able to make 2 men miss from the Cowboys before he goes down. And, I like the Dolphins because I'm a big believer in speed kills, and the Dolphins have lived and died by that mentality today. They're like the Golden State Warriors of the NFL. Golden State, everyone knew it. If you miss your threes, you lose badly. If you hit them threes, you win bigly. Largely, I should say. And that's, I feel like, how the Dolphins are approaching this. But also with the number 1 rushing offense, they're doing a little bit of everything. Like the championship Golden State Warriors. You feel me? And Tua unable to find his man on the right side. I believe that was Cedric Wilson. And field goal unit coming out here for the Dolphins. Looking to extend this to a 2-score game. Should be a chip-in. Compared to the 3 previous 50-yard field goal attempts by the kicker of the Miami Dolphins, Jason Sanders. Kick is away, 35, and was going left, hook back right, but it is good. And Jalen Waddle once again headed to the locker room for the Miami Dolphins. That's a little bit of bad news for the Dolphins, but considering they do have a lead and they probably want to run the clock and control time of possession, might not be as big of an injury as it would have been earlier in the game. So we're going to hope the best for Waddle. Hope it's a minor injury, but this is absolutely crazy, guys. And again, for all the Miami Dolphin fans that might be tuning in, listening to us here first time, Miami Dolphins are actually not out of course, the number 1 seed. If Miami Dolphins somehow are able to win out, which would, of course, include beating the Baltimore Ravens next week, and Kansas City drops one of their final 3, which, of course, they have a gimme schedule for the last 3 games, there's still a slight chance Miami Dolphins could take the number 1 overall seed. But they need a little bit of help, and they gotta win out, of course. But Miami either needs to win 2 more or Buffalo to lose 2, and Miami could easily clinch the AFC East in this matchup of NFC versus AFC East. Kick away here by the Dolphins once again. As this game has shown, there will be no chance to return it. I'm a little sad to see that. If y'all didn't watch my Pro Bowl video, I actually voted in the kick returner for the Dallas Cowboys. And I was kind of a little bit hoping to see a chance here, of him returning, and we have not seen 1 kick return from him yet. First and 10, though. Ball at the 25 after the touchback by Dallas. Handoff going up the middle. That's Pollard on the play. Going to be a gain of maybe about 3, bringing up a 2nd and 7 with 1:15 and ticking here in the third. And I don't know about y'all. I feel like this game has flown by. Just the pacing of the game has been a little nuts. And again, it makes it that much harder for everyone to come hang out with us. And I, again, appreciate every single one of y'all. Wow, CeeDee Lamb, 5 targets, 4 receptions for 93 yards in the first quarter. No targets, no receptions since. Has been absolutely shut out since the first quarter. Keep an eye on that. Might be something to talk about post-game. Empty backfield here for the Cowboys. Pass over the middle into double coverage. And Ferguson with a absolute great catch. I mean, guy all over him, ball down on the ground. And Cowboys are going to try to snap this ball quickly, so there's not a review on the play. They get it off play action. Dak rolling right. Got a man over the middle. That's Ferguson again. And on first down for Ferguson, back-to-back. Dak now 12 of 17 for 190 yards, I believe, after that. 191 yards, 1 touchdown, having a very effective game. Of course, Dak, absolutely in this MVP conversation as well. If I'm not mistaken, been leading the league in QBR and rating most of the season. It's kind of almost weird to watch him play. Like sometimes just the way he throws the ball is just interesting, But again, I'm going to slide off camera. I'm actually going to participate in a dab. And again, guys, I'm so sorry. I have to keep leaving off stream. Like I said, I'm not really feeling the best myself, but if you're ever gonna grow your channel and do all this, you got to treat this somewhat like a job, and this is a job where I don't have to worry about getting other people sick. So, there's no calling out, right? And of course, they're highlighting now the Cowboys have struggled on the road this season. A little bit of frustration with that. And their struggles seem to be continuing today, but you could honestly say, take away the fumble on the first quarter drive by the Cowboys, and this game is, a 3-point game, basically, if not 2. So, always fun to see. Dak Prescott going to keep this one going up the middle, and a good scramble by Prescott to make something finally happen for this Cowboys offense to start the fourth quarter. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm sliding off camera also to take a dab as well. For those that don't know, I started my everything in Colorado, and now down here in Florida. Of course, I have my medical card. I've had it for several years. We had a little bit of a cancer scare in Colorado. I dropped 50 pounds unintentionally, and my doctors couldn't stop the weight loss, and it's actually one of the reasons they My doctor's recommended that I go and get a medical card, and it has helped me stop my weight loss. But your boy used to play a little bit of semi-pro football back in the day, a little bit of tight end and linebacker. Tip by Van Ginkel and dangerous pass by Prescott, bringing up 3rd and 5. And again, Van Ginkel, for those that don't know, Jalen Phillips got hurt earlier in the season. Van Ginkel having to step up, and Van Ginkel was literally on the edge of my Pro Bowl voting, to be honest with you. He's really been, I think, a key part here for the Miami Dolphins, opposite of Bradley Chubb, being that other bookend kind of for them. Definitely not probably elite yet, but, it seems he's playing pretty good football. 3rd and 5. Dak looking right, has to punch call, I feel like. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's not on the receiver that we saw, but on the tight end, covering Blake Ferguson. And honestly, that's the correct call. That is the correct call. That was defensive holding or illegal contact either way. But College Life says he was at a Bama game, kept seeing a yellow butterfly, kept mistaking it for a flag all game. That's hilarious, my guy. 1st and 10. Pass over the left middle. And going to be another catch. I believe that's Michael Gallup. No, that's Tolbert. I'm sorry. With the catch. 13:35 and ticking here for the Cowboys as they're approaching the end zone, looking to make this a one-score game. Currently down by 9 points in the 4th quarter. Lamb, the single guy on the left side. He's in motion right. Going to be a trips right formation. Pollard going to keep it, though, going right, and only a yard on the play as the Cowboys continue to try to get this rushing game going, but the Dolphins are one of the better run defense teams in the NFL, led by, of course, by Christian Wilkins, Zach Seiler, and David Long. All excellent run defenders while also bringing a little bit to the table on those pass plays, especially Zach Seiler, 7.5 sacks on the season for the Miami Dolphins. 3rd and 3, ball on the 15-yard line. Cowboys, of course, here in the red zone. Trips left this time. Tolbert, the single guy, right. Blitz coming. Prescott gets it away and overshoots his man. Van Krinkle in coverage on the play. Dalby, the running back for the Cowboys, the intended receiver, and you see Mike McCarthy on the sidelines there for the Cowboys. Little bit of the F word there. Chubb coming unblocked off the left side of the Cowboys offensive line, right side for the Dolphins. Able to apply that pressure to Prescott and maybe force that throw a little earlier than Prescott wanted to. Kicker out here for the Cowboys. This is Aubrey, the Pro Bowl kicker, we believe. And right down the middle as they're going to bring this back to a 1-point game. 13-19 as the Dolphins still lead this game with 12:31 in the 4th quarter. Oh. And I don't know about y'all. I'm starting to run out of energy. I didn't have a chance to drink all my espresso this morning. And we were on a morning show as well today with Brian Culp and David McNiner, respectively, of the both 49er content creators. Love being on their shows. We're looking to do some more collabs with them coming in the future. Let's check across the NFL. We got to refresh, make sure NFL is going to update and give me the scores correctly because they love to be doing that stuff. So Tampa Bay taking on Jacksonville. They're in the final 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Tampa still holding on to a 30-12 lead over Jacksonville. With 4:35 and Tampa having the ball, I'd say that game's probably over. 12-17 left in the Chicago-Arizona game. Chicago still nursing a 24-10 lead over the Arizona Cardinals. I would safely say that game's headed to a close. The only game that's truly competitive here in that 4 o'clock slot, of course, the game we're covering, Miami and Dallas 19-13, of course, as we know. Let me ask, guys, Fox Sports, of course, they've got up in their broadcast booth. They said it. They are calling this the game of the week. Let me know. Do you think this is the game of the week, the Dolphins Cowboys game, or do you think Monday night's game, of course, Ravens Niners on Christmas, is the game of the week? What's your opinion? Let me know, guys. And the left tackle there of the Cowboys, absolutely missing his blocking assignment. Oh my God, no. No. And of course, Tyron Smith absent today for the Dallas Cowboys. Might have had a little bit to play in that pressure there, but you can't make injury excuses like that. This is the NFL. You've got to put the best roster out there. And whenever your team's struggling, you've got to put that much more on the coaching staff. We talk about a lot in my professional career. There is no such thing as an absence of problems. No matter where you go in life, there will always be problems that arise. So when I coach managers, I tell them this: the absence of problems does not necessitate greatness. Often I find that a lack of being able to find problems is usually a sign of, a gimmick or another issue. True greatness is shown by our ability to deal with problems, how we respond to problems. And that's the true test of management and leadership. And you can hashtag clip that one. That's some true professional advice right there. 12:20 here in the fourth quarter as the Dolphins look to try to make some good, and if you're the Dolphins, you're essentially trying to make almost not quite 4-minute offense, but that similar mindset. You want to be able to run the ball. Of course, passing is always open to you, but you want to be making good third down conversions, getting yourself into good third and short plays, so that you can really eat like 7 minutes or so off of this clock and hopefully come away with some points to make it again a 2-point game. But looking for Tyreek Hill on the right side. Good coverage there. They're doubling Tyreek Hill now, it looks like, for the Cowboys. It really looks like they're playing someone over top of him constantly, as well as shifting the zone to him. Look for Mike McDaniels to maybe pull something out of the deep pocket of plays that he's got. I would feel like he's got to have something designed for Tyreek Hill's getting double teamed. If not, make sure, Mike, to add a couple to your playbook, just in case you get in situations like this with injuries. Empty backfield for Tua, 3rd and 3. Cowboys only bring 4, but we've got a flag before the play and blown dead. That's going to be a false start on the offense. Going to back up the Dolphins. That's a rough one. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8 now when they were at 3rd and 3. That's left guard Lester Cotton being called for the false start. Let's watch it on the replay. Just flinches a little bit. Game of inches. 11:48 here on the game clock. 20 seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 8. I don't know why, but the Miami Dolphins are getting loud. I don't know why. Dolphin fans need to hush a little bit. Maybe there's just that many Cowboy fans in the stadium. Hill in the slot, right side for the Dolphins. Keep an eye on it. Man coverage on top of him. Tua pressured, and they're going to get there finally. Looks like Parsons as well as Lawrence and number 90. Armstrong of the Cowboys. So good collective effort by the Cowboys. They only bring 4, but they get there. Stunt on the interior D tackles. Edge rushers just crash the edges as hard as they can. And the interior is what's going to get there. And punt team out there for the Dolphins. Huge third down stop by the Cowboys. Oh, Turbin going to get a chance at the 30 finally. He's trying to go outside, but nothing to gain. Definitely should have tried to push downfield a little faster. And you can see he's a little upset getting to the sideline. He finally gets a chance, and good coverage by the Dolphins just push him basically out of bounds. 11:06 as Dak Prescott comes out here. Cowboy fans got to be screaming, we got to get CeeDee Lamb involved. And that's what, literally the announcer just said it. Got to get CeeDee Lamb involved if you're the Cowboys. What has happened right now? Again, Cowboy fans are punching the wall somewhere, like our office. Screen pay left. That's going to be Turpin. And not much. Looked like might have been a missed hold on the play, but gain of 3 for the Cowboys. I know my boy Chimera out here putting on his best Captain Hold impression. I'm going to crush you like a can of Diet Seltzer water. Come here, boy. Is that my new catchphrase for the chat boys? And in honor of Captain Holt, Andre Bauer, I'm going to crush you like a can of Diet Seltzer water. And Prescott trying to get the ball away to Ferguson. Tackle has to literally duck out of the way so he can get the ball away, but able to avoid a sack. 3rd and 6 as this Miami defense has just turned it up a notch after the first quarter. Whatever adjustment they made after the first quarter is just absolutely working. They have shut down this Cowboys offense. Cowboys Nation, what is going on with y'all? You've done it now. You've made me turn my chair. Dolphins come with a blitz. Prescott gets hit, but he catches Lamb on the right side. And Lamb finally gets involved here. 10-19 in the 4th. His first catch since the first quarter. I mean, his first target since the first quarter. And we're at 10 minutes left in the 4th. And Dak takes a huge shot at the hips there. But great little, I believe, corner route by CeeDee Lamb for a first down. And considering how soft the refs would be on these pass interferences, I'm surprised we didn't get roughing the passer on that play. CeeDee Lamb with that catch over 100 yards too on the day. Dak on a play action. Doesn't pull the trigger on the deep throw, but he's got Soonmaker on the left side, and looks like a gain of 4. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6, I believe, with 9:35 here in the 5th. And CeeDee Lamb slipping on the play. Chimera says, we them boys. And Chimera, man, I swear to God, dude, my guy, if I ever hit the Powerball, which I'm going to play some Powerball tickets probably tonight when I go to the gas station, I swear, my guy, I'm going to find you in real life and give you some money. Turpin on a jet sweep right, getting up to about 20 miles an hour, forced out of bounds. Refs are going to mark it 2 yards short. Going to be a 3rd and 2 officially after the jet sweep by Turpin. Dang, Chimera. For those that don't know, Chimera gambled in the chat 10,000 of his loyalty points. And when you do the gamble emote in chat, it rolls a 1D100 die for anyone that does it. And Chimera rolled on 99 out of that 1D100, winning 50,000 points. That's a real crit. 3rd and 2. Ferguson out wide for the Cowboys, it looks like. Going over the middle, and that's CD. Ball at the turf. Let's see what the refs say. They're going to say incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th down, and big decision for the Cowboys. Ball just over the 50-yard line, so they're just on Dolphins' side of the field, and it looks like the Cowboys might go for it. Dolphins better stay disciplined. Might see a hard count here by the Cowboys. They do have all 3 timeouts for the Cowboys, so got 1 to spare with 8:25 here in the 4th. Ferguson in motion for him. They're going for it. Play action. Dak rolling right, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And Lamb finally getting involved. Maybe the Cowboys have been listening to the press box, me or somebody, today, basically saying, guys, come on, give it to Lamb. And we talked about it, I think, in the third quarter. There were a few looks where he was wide open, but just Dak not even looking that way. So someone must have whispered in Dak's ear, just throw it to him. He's open somewhere, right? CD continuing a Pro Bowl year for the Cowboys. 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Ferguson with a catch, left hash mark. And that's going to be down, I think, at the 25, just short of a first down. Going to bring up second and short. 7:30, officially halfway here through the fourth quarter, as the Cowboys, again, trailed by 6. So not even a one-score game here in Miami Gardens Hard Rock Stadium. College Life says, this is a pain. Let's go D. I know they're finally making some progress on your D. 2nd and 4, Cooks in motion. Handoff going left. That's Dowdle. And he's got a first down just short of the 20-yard line. So officially ruled down at the 21-yard line. So essentially a red zone possession now here for the Cowboys with a fresh set of downs, 6:45 in the fourth. And again, guys, I know I'm a little behind the play cast here I have up on screen, but it's something we just try to add to general viewership. And of course, we put this out as a podcast on YouTube for those that aren't able to actually watch the games. Make sure you tell your friends. If you can't watch the game, you could always chill here on Darwin's Raven and catch, hopefully, a decent play-by-play call. Prescott getting hurried and somehow able to get the ball away to Michael Gallup. A circus play just short of a first down, but a big gain of, I believe, 9 yards. And Lepke unable to bring down Prescott on the blitz up the middle, up the A-gap, I should say. Seiler with his hand up for the Dolphins, too, trying to get a hand on that ball at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 13-yard line. Gallup, the man in motion for the Cowboys. Going to be a handoff going up the middle. Pollard with the lane. And going to be another first down as the Cowboys have a fresh set of downs, what looks like at the 13-yard line of the Dolphins. 5:35 here in the fourth as we've got a nail-biter as the Cowboys look to take a lead here in the fourth. Tua looking on, knowing he might have to make some magic happen to win this game. Strong personnel here for the Cowboys, lined up pro right. Handoff going up the middle, and Pollard maybe a gain of 2 down at maybe the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal with 5 minutes. And Chimera starting another heist in chat. For those that don't know, if you're joining us here in chat, we got like fun little mini games you can play. You can bet, gamble, ask the Magic 8-Ball question, different little fun things. We're trying to add value here to the stream and engage with our viewers. I'm going to join the heist. That might be one of the last heists of the stream. College Life joining the heist. I'm joining the heist. Chimera, of course, leading the heist. 2nd and goal. Dak throwing a back pylon fade to Lamb, and Lamb looking for a flag, and he's saying, you lucky you didn't get one. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal. And twin formation here. Lamb got a good matchup. He's matched up against Deshaun Elliott, the former safety of the Ravens, now playing for the Miami Dolphins. And oh my God, they're going to highlight that. There's going to be so many clips after the game. Deshaun Elliott had the pants of CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's pants almost came down because Deshaun Elliott was pulling on his pants so hard on the play. Probably missed a penalty there, but letting the guys play. Dak getting pressured, having to roll out right on the 3rd and goal. Throws across the body, and the hit jars the ball loose. That's the tight end for the Cowboys, 89-0. Miami Dolphins player takes the little the towel out of his back pocket. Little, fun play there after the end of the play. Nothing, too malicious, but
tight end had a chance to catch the ball at the 1, and they might be missing their third string tight end if I'm not mistaken today. They're missing, that's the Dolphins, Tyler Kraft, my apologies. 4th and goal, they're going for it, and incomplete, but we've got a flag on the play, a late flag on the right side. Looks like Michael Gallup might have drawn it. Let's see, or against Turpin. Oh, that's absolutely against Turpin. Deshaun Elliott getting picked on. Turpin, the slot wide receiver, doing what we call a little jerk route where you go inside, flip your hips, and cut outside, basically. Made famous by Gary Kubiak and Jake Owens, Owen Daniels, of the Houston Texans formerly, way back in the day. I believe they have a different name they call it in the current NFL. I don't think it's called a jerk route anymore. But Deshaun Elliott obviously wraps his left hand around the hips of Kevin Turbin. Kevin Turbin kind of, falls over, and the Dolphins' young guy there almost crying, screaming at the ref, saying, "Come on, I can see it from here." And he's probably cheering right now as they finally get the call. Or, he's upset about the call, but I think it might be the right call. And I mean, Howard's wrapped up on Michael Gallup on the right side. Honestly, there's holding on both sides there on the right side, on the slot wide receiver and the Z on the right outside. 1st and goal here for the Cowboys, 4:19. Play out. Oh! And sacked on the play. Dak never sees the blindside guy coming. And Bradley Chubb with his 2nd sack of the day, making his case for Defensive Player of the Year. And almost gets a strip sack. I believe, knee was down, so ball is safe, but going from what looks like the 1-yard line on a play action to sacked at the 11-yard line. 2nd and goal now. Ball, they're gonna give it to him at the 8. That's a horrible spot by the refs, by the way. 3:40 as Dak tries to get them back into the end zone. Going deep right, he's got Lamb. And they're saying caught but out of bounds. Good job by the Miami Dolphins defensive back to push Lamb out of bounds. I love the change a few years ago where they did the force out rule change where you can push out of bounds. That's the correct call. First foot is on the line. Great effort by CeeDee Lamb, though, to try to make that catch. 3rd and goal on 3-3-3. We've got 3rd on 3-3-3 in the 4th. Dolphins have 2 timeouts. Cowboys have 3. No timeouts used, though. Dak going to the back left pylon. He's got a man. It looks like it's caught. Touchdown, Dallas. Brandon Cooks making a clutch catch for the Cowboys. Airborne. High points the ball. Secures it all the way through. Great coverage. Great catch. The little man coming through clutch in the 4th quarter for the Cowboys. And barring the PAT, we've got a tie game, ladies and gentlemen, here in Miami in the 4th. And of course, with the 4th, or the PAT, Dallas should take the lead 20-19 with 3:27. And of course, the Pro Bowl kicker for Dallas, good on the kick. Fun little fact here, talking about Brandon Aubrey, the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. He is 30 of 30 on the season, and he is the first kicker in NFL history, supposedly, to make 2 50-yard field goals from 59 plus in one game. Absolutely deserving of the Pro Bowl nod this year. And if you don't put the kicker, Brandon Aubrey of the Cowboys, in your Pro Bowl vote, hashtag you're a hater. I feel like even if you were an Eagles fan, you got to give respect to that. You know what I'm saying? College life coming in. The Dolphins fan says Tua needs to perform right now. I agree, my guy. I agree. Tua about to show if he's clutch or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, always thanks for everyone for joining us. Like my boy says here, you've chosen wisely, my friends. Thanks for joining us. And as always, like we said in our draft, I'm going to do what's best for the team, no matter what. But Tua's got a chance here to be the Christmas hero for Miami Dolphins fans. 2 hours away, of course, in Hard Rock Stadium. He's going to get a chance here when we come back with 3:30, I believe, in the fourth, to try to make some magic happen. And of course, in memory of Captain Holt, 9-9. Tua's over here saying it. You've done it now. You've made me turn my chair. Oh, I hit the bookshelf. I didn't get my slow turn. Here we go. Slow turn. Ah, my headset got caught that time. I keep failing, guys. I can't even get a good chair turn going on. You've done it now. You've made me turn my chair. Chimera, you flipping your vote on me on the chat? That's hilarious. College Life says, if the Dolphins lose, Santa is not real. You know, if my channel was marked for children, I would have a lot more fun with that comment, College. And, of course, this kick, just like many of the others, going through the back of the end zone. And you got to, I know Miami fans are going to be mad about that penalty, the holding to pass interference, whatever you want to call it there at the end. But it was the correct call. You know, and honestly, I'm sorry Deshaun Elliott failed you there and also your other outside corner. But all right, Tua trying to make some magic happen. 3:27 ball at the 25-yard line. Smythe the tight end in motion. Screenplay set up right. That's Devon Achane. Makes a man miss, cuts the double team, and a gain of 5. But we've got a late flag. Might be a face mask penalty as my NFL stream cuts out. So now I've got to reload. So hopefully we'll get back here before the penalty gets. Let's see what the penalty is. It's going to be a face mask. Tack on 15 yards for the Dolphins as Cowboy fans are screaming at the TVs. Chimera says, this is good timing for the Cowboys. Even if the Dolphins score, Dallas has enough time to drive down the field. Unfortunately, McCarthy is trash at clock management. Azo coming in. Damn, Chimera. Hold on. We actually got the damn GIF. Hold on. We got the damn GIF. Azo dropping in. Damn. Again, Cowboys have all 3 timeouts. Miami burned 1 earlier, so they've still got 2. But they're already in field goal range, like the announcer's saying, or just about in field goal range. With 3:19, they've almost got to slow their pace down so they don't leave Dak enough time to score. Wilson, the running back, in motion. Tua looking left, got a man, and that's going to be a slant just short of the first down. Wilson Jr., you got Wilson and Wilson. And Stephon Gilmore down for the Cowboys. It's either his head or his hand, but he's took his helmet off. He is rolling in pain, and that's not a good side for Cowboys fans in this clutch last-minute seconds of this game. And, of course, you know the NFL, they're heading to commercial break with the injury. College says this is about to be 3 hours long. and basically 3 minutes span. And I feel you, my guy. This time going to slow down for Dolphin fans in this one. Let's refresh my NFL tab. Make sure we don't get some old scores as we check to see, of course, what the finals are across some of these other games in the NFL. So, of course, game went final as we predicted. Tampa Bay winning 30-12 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are trying to, of course, take that AFC South Division. Colts lost to the Falcons today, and I believe the Texans lost as well. Of course, without C.J. Stroud to the Cleveland Browns. We were rooting for that game, and we were thinking about calling it, of course, till we saw the info that Stroud was probably going to be out. Of course, if you missed it earlier in the day as well, Seattle and my boy Joe Stevens getting a clutch win over the Tennessee Titans. Of course, keeping that AFC South wide open. We had a last-minute game in New York versus Washington. New York squeaking the game out 30-28. We got a lot of talk about Benimi. Will he replace the head coach in Washington? Or, of course, he's obviously, with what he's done with Sam Howell there in Washington, he's got to be up for a head coaching job. We're happy for the Grossi Posse and the Pat Cast. They squeaked out a win 33-30 over the Carolina Panthers. But with that, guys, let's get back to the game. 3 minutes and ticking, 2nd and 1. Interesting formation left side here for the Dolphins. They don't go there, though. And Tyreek Hill with a catch right and another first down. Ball at the 40-yard line now of the Cowboys. And that's definitely within the field goal range of the kicker now for the Dolphins. And you can definitely expect the Dolphins to start really fully using the play clock now every chance they get. And welcome in Azo. By the way, Azo, I got to tell you, man, one of the things we're looking forward to doing here on the channel as we get some swag and stuff for giveaways, we're going to maybe reset the loyalty points and use maybe loyalty points for extra raffle entries, or maybe you could use loyalty points to redeem for gear from my shop and my stores. So I might reset the loyalty points in the future, but of course I'll hand out some to some people. But I think it'd be a fun way to be able to use your loyalty points better for the channel, and really it'll give the loyalty points real value here in the channel, like case in point, if you could order a hat or t-shirt, if with like 300,000 loyalty points or something like that, like with how much y'all have. By the way, so I upped the ante on the slots. I think you can go over 100,000 or 10,000 now. So try it out on the slots. 209 here. Tua rolling out right. Just going to give this to his fullback, Ingold. And another good gain of 8 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2 as, again, the Dolphins are absolutely in field goal range now. And the 2-minute warning hits. We got a 2019 game as the Dolphins are looking to spoil the Cowboys' Christmas. Deliver them a lump of coal on Christmas Eve, if you feel me. And it might take a second for the cooldown. There it is. Oh, Azo somehow went in the slots. For those that don't know, the slots are a little unforgiving here on the channel. But Azo hitting the Ed Reed Hall of Fame, which is one of the winning combinations. Winning 60,000 points. If you've got some points, the slots is the big win big or go home kind of deal. So always a fun little thing to do here on the channel. And again, Chimera, if you're there in chat, I think you were the only one to bet with me on this game. Make sure you stick around to get those loyalty points at the end of the game. For all our newer viewers, you're able to bet your loyalty points whenever I have the betting polls open. Therefore, you can bet up until halftime, usually, on who you think will win the game. And of course, I close the polls and settle the polls after the stream, and Streamlabs hands out points to whoever wins. Again, a fun little betting thing you can do to add some value here to the channel and have some fun here, not only with me, but with our fellow viewers, moderators, and, hopefully future members here on the channel, right? David McNiner says, oh, thank you, by the way. I forgot to update that field goal. Thank you, McNiner. It is 1920. Of course, we've been calling a 1920 game, but I forgot to update the graphic on my stream as well as the quarter as well. So thank you for that, David McNiner, for the reminder. For those that don't know, David McNiner is one of the 49er content creators. We actually were live with him this morning on their him and Brian Culp's morning coffee talk show. We did a Friday night Corey Davis variety show. R.I.P. to my boy Corey. But great 49ers content creators. We did a lot of collaborations with a lot of guys. Make sure you go back and check my live videos to go and see all their channels, all their videos, everything we talked about on this the matchup for Monday night. We got a crazy prediction, of course. Maybe we'll talk about that after the game. I think the Christmas game's actually going to come down to a 2-point conversion because nobody wants overtime game on Christmas. And I think the Baltimore Ravens go for a 2-point conversion to win the game late. That's Darwin's Ravens crazy prediction of the game. Just like in the Rams game, we predicted a crazy special teams play to settle the game. And if you weren't there, Tylan Wallace walked it off for the Ravens. But 3rd and 3, big third down here for the Dolphins. Hill, the man in motion, going to be a screen to Tyreek Hill. He's got the first down and some, and he goes down at what looks like the 25-yard line. 1:53 on the clock. Dolphins are fired up on the field, and Tyreek Hill makes a man slip in what's called an orbit motion. So, guys, when you hear me call what's orbit motion, that means they go to one side, double back to the original side they came from. Orbit motions are something that's traditionally used as more of either a easy read for a quarterback if it's a man coverage. The second part of that, as we saw there, is if you got someone like Tyreek Hill that catches someone off guard on the motion and then doubles back and basically breaks their ankles pre-snap, it's a free gimme play. And great play call by Mike McDaniels and the Miami Dolphins offense on that 3rd and short. McDaniels definitely pulling that one out of the deep bag of tricks. Tyreek, 14 targets, 9 catches, 99 yards. Needs 1 yard to break the 100-yard mark for the game. Handoff going right. That's Wilson on the play, and 2 hands on the ball as he bowls over Gilmore. We're glad to see him back for the Cowboys, but going to bring up a 2nd and 1 after a strong gain. Cowboys now burning their 2nd timeout as they are in emergency mode, trying to not only stop the Dolphins from taking time off the clock, but slowly running this ball towards the end zone with plenty of time kind of to run it in and take a large lead. Hey, we've got Steve-O dropping in. Welcome in, my guy. Azo says, my prediction is Tucker for the kick, making it win by 2 points. So we're both predicting 2 points. Actually, I'm predicting a 1-point win technically because I predict the Niners will be up. Lamar leads a scoring drive, and instead of tying it with a field goal, they make the ballsy call to go for 2 and win the game. Wilson, handoff going off the right guard, and they called it down, but ball comes out after the whistle. They're going to rule it down, and 3rd and 2 as the Cowboys use their final timeout with 1:41 on the clock. College Life says, Cowboys are burning their timeout. This is good. Let's go Tua. I agree, my guy. And I feel the autocorrect is sometimes brutal. Steve-O says, how did Dak do for his MVP BS? Dak was having a pretty good game. However, the Cowboys after the first quarter seemed just to not really get CeeDee Lamb involved in the game, who was absolutely dominating. Before 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, CeeDee Lamb had not even received a target until that point in the fourth quarter. So, again, pretty crazy that CeeDee Lamb dominated the first quarter, basically had 100 yards, and then didn't see even a target till 10 minutes left in the fourth, where the Cowboys finally showed a little bit of life. But basically, since the first quarter, they've been dead. And Wilson up the middle with a huge first down for the Dolphins. And with that, the Cowboys have no way to stop the clock as the Dolphins, 125, are just going to run this clock out and probably try to kick a field goal to win the game. They might run it a few more times, maybe try to get the touchdown, but ball is down at the 9-yard line. This is a chip shot for a high school kicker. We will see. This is nuts, guys. And with that, it looks like the Dolphins are actually going to take a knee and just... And that's going to, with, 39 seconds on play clock, 52 on the game clock, meaning that'll leave a 20-second disparity. Second and goal. So technically, the Dolphins can still afford to take another knee and then use one of their 2 final timeouts to stop the clock. I expect the Dolphins here, instead of taking a knee, you're going to see Tua basically quarterback sneak but not go anywhere. He's going to line the ball up in between the hash marks here as the ball is marked on the right hash mark. So here we go. Oh, and they do just take a knee. So 12 seconds and ticking as Mike McDaniels cues up the timeout here for the Miami Dolphins. Dolphin players are getting a little excited and celebrating, obviously so. And with 2 seconds on the game clock, Miami Dolphins stop the clock. And with that, guys, I'm actually going to turn off the Gamecast on the stream so we don't get the spoiler early. Here we go. Kickers lining up on the right hash mark. Dallas lacks the timeout to freeze the kicker. Refs start the play clock as the center gets set. 29-yard attempt for the Dolphins. Ball is up and chip shot is in as time expires. Dolphins win 22-20 in Hard Rock Stadium as they keep their hopes alive for the number 1 seed and hope to clinch the AFC East over the Buffalo Bills. Wild game here in Miami. This game was about 2 hours away from me. Congratulations to the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa. Tyreek Hill continuing his MVP candidacy as well. Absolute great game by all teams involved. Obviously, the talking point, I feel like, for the Dallas Cowboys has got to be how they just went away completely from CeeDee Lamb. We were wondering what was happening with the Cowboys offense, and then, of course, we saw the stat line. We saw that he had 0 targets even since the first quarter, which is unexcusable for the Cowboys offense. You've got to hold the offensive coordinator accountable for that. And of course, we are officially closing the betting polls. The only 2 people who bet on the poll were me and Chimera, wagering 10,000 points. Chimera betting on the Cowboys. Your boy here, Darwin's Raven, calling it correctly for the Dolphins. So I'm going to walk away with some extra points. Well-deserved, of course. But again, got to hold the offensive coordinator accountable for not keeping CeeDee Lamb involved in this game when he was absolutely dominating in the first half. Great job by the Miami Dolphins. They really, no matter what, they clamped down after the first quarter. Whether whether the Cowboys avoided to look at CeeDee Lamb or not, they shut down everyone else. The interior pass rush of the Dolphins is no joke. And of course, Chubb always brings it from the outside. I know some Cowboy fans probably going to be saying, oh, well, we didn't have Tyron Smith. Doesn't matter. You got to be able to have 6 starting offensive linemen in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins were down their starting right guard as well as some key pieces in the secondary, if I'm not mistaken. Again, great game by the Dolphins. Pretty good game by Cowboys. Dak, of course, going to take probably a pretty big hit in the MVP ratings with that loss. But I'm going to make my last point here before we head out for the day. Probably go play some Fortnite here with the girlfriend. we've been enjoying. We caught a dub, or was it a dub or 2 dubs yesterday? I think it was 2 dubs. Either way, we caught some wins yesterday, not only on League of Legends team fight tactics, but as well as Fortnite. But that's where we're headed here too. But my argument, they had the audacity in this game to call this game the game of the week. And I'm sorry, Miami. I'm sorry, Dallas. No disrespect. But game of the week absolutely goes to the Baltimore Ravens, San Francisco 49ers. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, 8:20. You can, of course, catch the live play-by-play with your boy Darwin's Raven here. We had to okay it with the girlfriend. Happy spouse, happy house, as they say in 2023. But if you aren't able to come join me on the live stream, I want to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate in your household. And I wish not only your team the best, except for the 49ers on Christmas. I hope you come out healthy. But, we're trying to come in and be the Grinches on Christmas. But I wish everyone the best on their holidays. I hope all your wishes come true. You get all the gifts you want. And I hope everyone stays healthy. Again, thank you for everyone joining me here on Darwin's Raven. Azo, a real quick question says, have you tried Wild Rift? I have not yet. I've looked at it a little bit. And 49ers Ultimate Report is hoping to finish off the bird teams. For those that don't know, by the way, Lamar, of course, 19-1 against NFC teams. Let's get the official stats here. I don't want to get this wrong while we're talking to Flock. Lamar only needs 23 passing yards to pass his previous career high in season passing yards. Justin Madubuike, of course, only needing half a sack to break NFL history on Christmas Day. Most consecutive games with at least half a sack. Lamar, of course, on pace this season for 3,700 passing yards, 900 rushing yards. That would be an NFL first. And Zay Flowers already broke Torrey Smith's reception record for a rookie for the Baltimore Ravens. Looking to hopefully break Torrey Smith's record on the season. He's less than 200 yards away from that mark. So Ravens are looking to set up potential history on Christmas Day. And, we're hoping for that Christmas as well. But again, thank you everyone for joining us here on Darwin's Raven. Make sure you come back tomorrow night, 8:20 for the Ravens 49ers play-by-play and matchup. Hopefully we'll have a lot bigger audience. Yeah, we generally have a much larger audience, of course, for Raven games. We just started calling our second NFL game weekly just a few weeks ago. And, of course, we got some new viewers dropping in. By Victor1 says, better thank the 49ers. Dolphins team is made up of a lot of Niners. Hey, you could say Mozart, of course, is a Niner, but you got to give respect. He was on the Ravens first. But, yeah, speed kills on that team, honestly. So, good point there by Victor. 49ers Ultimate Report says, I hope the 49ers give Lamar his 2 L's against the NFC teams. I know you're hoping to continue beating those bird teams, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all beat the Cardinals as well, if I'm twice, because you're a divisional opponent, right? But either way, I know that's been a fun graphic on the 49ers NFC content creator side. But yeah, guys, again, please come back, check us out on Monday night. Of course, we usually have a bigger audience, and we're even more animate for the Baltimore Ravens. Also, look forward to, we've got a lot of off-season draft special coverage coming up. The draft is one of my most favorite times of the year. We've got tons of fun stories about it. You can go back and check out the off-season plan where we play GMs of various teams. And, of course, in the B-Rave podcast, you'll find a lot of our draft coverage, including our pre-draft specials where we covered second round and later guys that we thought would be draft stars. We're going to, of course, do a follow-up at the end of the season on all of those guys. I did one already, but I didn't publish it earlier in the year. It looked really good. Again, looking all-pro, led by Devon Akane in my running back room and Keaton Mitchell, of course, for the Baltimore Ravens. If I was a GM in the NFL, Keaton Mitchell would not have made it out of the NFL draft. But yeah, check it out, guys. We're going to have a lot of coverage coming up here in the next few months. So we appreciate you. But as always, thank you for dropping in. I'm Darwin's Raven, D-Rave, Levi, whatever you want to call me. Go Ravens flock, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the actual best game of the week, unlike the lies they told today. And again, if I don't see you, have a wonderful, wonderful holiday.